Right. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 8 of the Anime Mystics podcast. I'm Roman.
This is Steven Sonosuke-sama.
And, it's going to be another week of mostly me. Due to, somebody else having to go to school and
Live.
work and do other
Life.
things. Yeah. He hasn't had time to actually pick up the other shows.
Yeah, it's just been a really weird feeling, I guess, and I don't know really how best to describe it. I only managed to get out Shield Hero and One Punch Man, and a couple of other random things, but I guess personally I'll just follow Roman's groove, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So,
don't throw off my groove.
No. I'm going to be supporting you 100% this week. But to make up for it, I will be more on it by the next recording. I was talking to Roman literally before we started this that the end of this month will be Fanime here in California in the Bay Area. So I'll be attending that. Hopefully Roman will as well. So there won't be a podcast at the end of the month. So we're going to do one in 2 weeks. And so I'm going to try to make that kind of like an extravaganza, and maybe that'll be another like 3-hour long podcast.
Yeah.
Right there. But,
yeah.
So I'll have a little bit more material to go. So, but yeah.
A little more. A few extra shows.
Yeah, definitely. So I personally, whenever I go to Fanime, I always want to be like as up to date as possible, because even up to like the week before con, even sometimes maybe even the day or night before con, people will cosplay the thing of that week. It's like if a new character debuted the week before Fanime, somebody's already going to try to make the cosplay in a week just to bust it out at Fanime be first. It's kind of wild, but that's also kind of the joy and mystique of Fanime. So, and if you didn't, if like a new character debuted on Shield Hero, then the week before Fanime, someone will try to cosplay them at Fanime. So it's always nice to be up to date before you go into Fanime. So
yeah.
So
yeah, I haven't been to Fanime in the last 4 years or so.
Wow.
Last time I went, it was fun. I had a good time. Just need more money.
Yeah, it's not cheap, and us here in the Bay Area, everything just seems to go up and up and up.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why it's funny that when you go to Fanime and you'll see people that are like 8-10 people in a room. It's crazy. And if they're cosplayers, and there's wigs and fabric all over the place. And last year I actually was helping a friend with some minor construction in the room.
Oh, wow.
And all they had was like a mallet, like a rubber mallet, and they were trying to nail screws. They were screws into this piece of wood because that was where their wings were going to be strapped to. And I was like, it's a mallet, and they're nailing a screw. I don't know, cosplayers.
I mean, you couldn't get a drill? Like, not a drill, but
the screwdriver?
Not even just a screwdriver, like one of those electric, a drill. Like with the attachments and everything.
Cosplayers aren't the brightest. No offense to cosplayers. No, I don't know, man. This was like emergency hotel room cosplay maintenance.
Oh, okay.
Again, some of these people, they will procrastinate, and they'll be like, oh, I'll just finish in my hotel room.
And then they spend all weekend trying to finish it.
Yes. It's crazy, man. And they cry, and they throw temper tantrum. It's crazy, man. Fanime ain't no joke. And that's Fanime. For AX, it's like double, triple that feeling. It's AX is even more insane. So
yeah.
I'm not I'm not opposed to going to Anime Expo, but I just need a compelling enough reason. But honestly, I think that by Fanime or right after Fanime, that will be all of the announcements. Like they typically don't announce a whole lot in June. At least nothing that I can ever remember that's really made me go in June like, oh, I gotta go to AX now. No. Usually it feels like they're gonna try to undercut Fanime, and if there's any more announcements or big like voice actors or companies or movie debuts or whatever they want to do, I think it's gonna be announced in May, the latest.
Okay.
So So I guess this is like going to be all just preparation for Fanime. So next week's show, or the next podcast, I should say, I'm going to come a little bit better prepared. So I'll have some more material. And And then on top of that, I think actually it will prep me too. If anyone's cosplaying any of these shows, they're doing it at a Fanime, I think it'll make me ready. So,
yeah, I'd expect a lot of Shield Hero.
oh yeah, oh
Definitely a lot
absolutely,
of Shield Hero.
absolutely. It's going to be Shield Hero Con. Nothing wrong with that. I'm absolutely excited to see that. I think that we'll get a handful of quintuplets.
Right.
So I'm
Those are
expecting
easy,
that.
so.
What else? What else is going to be big? Probably Kingdom Hearts. I can see a lot of Kingdom Hearts people resurrecting their old Kingdom Hearts cosplays.
Yeah.
Obviously Fate, which I will be participating in. I started to piece together some of my cosplay for that. So I gotta probably, between today and tomorrow, find the rest of it and order it in. So I'll be participating with that. If anyone is listening and they're going to a Fanime, the Fate Gathering is on Saturday afternoon. But the next podcast I'll actually have the time. But yeah. What else?
I wouldn't be surprised to see some Senko.
Foxmain?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to start looking at... Isekai Quartet. I can see a bunch of like Konosuba and all of that. Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
I can see that coming. Slime. We'll probably see some Slime.
Mm-hmm.
Kaguya-sama, because Kaguya-sama wouldn't be very hard, but I expect to see a bunch of Chika.
Oh, yeah.
In particular, Chika. You might see some, like, Kaguya, which will be nice, but yeah.
Maybe some Ishigami.
Ishika.
Didn't you say your friend was going to...
My friend did do Ishika. Oh, it's Gridman. I can see that. There's probably going to be a lot of Gridman, like Akane and Rika. So I can imagine that. That's not a difficult cosplay.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. Bunny Senpai. There might be a couple of Mai's.
Okay.
Like I said, I know that at Sak Anime there was at least one, and that was Sak Anime, and she was Bunny Suit Sakurajima, so I can see there being some Bunny Senpai.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you know, as always, who's to say, you know, there's always going to be the mainstays, like there's always going to be Sailor Moon, there's always going to be like Marvel and DC and Dragon Ball and JoJo, so there's One Piece, so there's always Pokemon, always plenty of those.
Gotta get my sexy Pikachu pictures. You know?
It's true. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was going to say that if any pictures that I take, not only will I upload them to my personal Facebook, but I'm going to go ahead and put them up on the Instagram too for the Anime Mystics. So you guys be on the lookout for that.
Got a lot of likes on the Shield Hero event that you posted.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I get the notifications for that.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, that's good, because I wasn't sure if anybody was actually checking it out or using it. So that's really good. That's really good. And on that, I say thank you once again. Man, we should... If I can find out other stuff to post to the Instagram, I would love to. I know that I see the couple of people that are liking the news posts and the memes, and that's always nice.
Yeah.
So anything that I see, and so you guys know, some of the stuff I do run by Roman, because on my personal Facebook, it's kind of like anything goes. It's free for all. But when it comes to you guys, I run it by Roman, and, you know, sometimes I use naughty words. So I don't want to put that on the Facebook page and potentially get flagged or a warning or anything. So I tend to run it through Roman.
I've been pretty just go for it.
Yeah, Roman has typically been pretty lax on it. I don't think Roman's ever said don't do it. So
not yet. It would have to be very out there for me to say I don't know about that one. But yeah, I'm pretty open with it. Just go ahead and post it.
Okay. Cool.
No hentai though, of course.
Yeah, no. And I actually agree. That's a personal rule that I have too. It's like hentai is where I draw the line. Not only because, I mean, if you really wanted it, you could just Google search it and find it.
Yeah.
But it's all, you know, you don't want to put anything that'll just get you, like, banned or suspended, like, you know, no question, you can't argue. So why would you put yourself in that position?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Don't need that.
Yeah, you don't need that in your life.
Especially since we're just now getting back into the Facebook scene.
Right. Right, getting all back into it. So, but yeah, no, Everything is coming up, Millhouse, I feel. So, yeah, once again, I guess before we dive into anime, again, if you're going to be at Fanime or whatnot, definitely go visit the Fate gathering. I'm also going to be at the Cells at Work gathering until further notice, because I'm trying to be a part of a group, but I don't know how keen they are about going to the gathering, so we'll see. But for now, I want to say that it's pretty much we're going to be at the Cells at Work gathering, so look forward to that. But yeah, in 2 weeks, I guess if anything else comes up, I'll be sure to bring it back up about Fanime.
Right.
But
and if you do see me there, I'm going to be at the swap meet selling some merchandise.
Yes.
That I've won from like Toriba.
Okay.
And some other claw game that I find.
Okay, so then I think we're going to have to revisit Fanime in 2 weeks. So if you do get your thing approved,
if I do
you should make that kind of announcement so people know.
Yeah.
Like, come buy Roman's crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really good crap, though. I'm not going to lie. I've recently discovered Nesso berries, and I've become kind of obsessed. I have no room to put them, but I still want them. So, and Roman is swimming in them. So
I am. I got boxes of Nessos.
So if he gets approved, yes, come visit. Come visit his booth. Hopefully they let you know by the next podcast, though.
Yeah, hopefully. I got to keep looking on their Twitter, because that's when they announce, like, oh, we got registration open for this, we got registration open for that, we got this guest coming.
Nice.
Like on their Facebook, I don't see nothing.
Okay.
I have to look on Twitter.
Okay.
And I don't get notifications from them, so I gotta just scroll through their page and be like, finally, and see if they open up registration for the swap meet.
Okay, I think that we've confirmed it. In 2 weeks, we're gonna do Fanime. We're doing Fanime news in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Give you a list of the guests and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully by then it's finalized.
Okay. All right. I'm actually writing a note like right now to preemptively know that next week is going to be a Fanime segment.
Awesome. When's E3? Is that in May?
E3. Yeah, June? E3 is. It's usually about in the middle of the month.
Okay.
So maybe about 2 weeks before Fanime. So, yeah.
Okay, so we might do that after, because it might not have happened by the time we get to the next podcast.
Yeah.
Because I know we want to do an E3 coverage podcast for that.
Cool.
Go over the new games coming out, any DLC that's coming out, stuff like that.
I'm down.
Maybe any new system announcements. Who knows?
Okay.
Because I know I've been hearing rumors about PS5 and the new Xbox. Mm-hmm. Who knows if that'll get announced at E3? We'll have to see.
I'm down.
Close this stuff. We only had one comment on the last video. And that was just asking why I put Uncensored in the video title. For those who remember the first few episodes, I was censoring out all of the swear words. And then I was like, I don't really care anymore. I'm just posting it.
That's because of me? I'm kind of sorry, kind of not sorry.
So yeah, now I just warn everybody. It's uncensored. Apparently this person, though, thought that it could only be uncensored if there was video. Because they're like, why do you put uncensored in the video title when there's no video? I'm like, because I used to censor out the swear words. Now I don't.
My bad. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just kind of what I've grown up with now, and I do try to keep it to a minimum. I really do, but sometimes I just kind of get lost in the moment. That's pretty much, I blame my upbringing. I was kind of sheltered growing up, and then I hit public school, and I was just like, fuck, shit, bitch, and haven't looked back. But when it comes to actually talking about stuff, that's not me actually exaggerating. I think that for the most part, these are my honest feelings. Mm-hmm. So the swear words and the cussing is just kind of like, it's a bonus. But when I do say something, I typically mean it. So, yeah, that's interesting that someone wanted to know what exactly is uncensored. It's like, yeah, we cover up the anime titties. That's what.
Actually, somebody did ask that in the comments too. Like, what were you expecting? And it was, I don't know, anime gore? Like, it's a podcast. There's not going to be any...
Well, we were going full Goblin Slayer, Yeah. Then we were like, Goblin Slayer wasn't even the worst thing ever.
No.
So...
But yeah, I leave in the swear words now. That's why it's uncensored.
That's right. Roman tried to contain me. He didn't succeed.
No. I'd have to go through it like 3 times just to see if I missed anything. So now I just warn you all. It's uncensored.
Yeah. My bad.
I don't really care. It's just... I was trying to trying to think of the younger people. But
somebody think of the children.
Yeah. Now I just don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure you hear worse at home.
Yeah. That's fair. It's funny too because in the Avengers movie, the one that just came out, Endgame, there is like a bunch of cussing in it, and even like Captain America, spoiler, gets in on the cussing.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of like, okay, I don't really think that's a spoiler, but you know, it's kind of a running gag.
Wasn't watching his mouth, huh?
Exactly. Language.
Good job. I still need to watch that. Probably go next weekend to see it. Oh man, did you hear how much it made this weekend?
Did it already hit $1 billion?
1.2 worldwide.
Jeez.
I think it said it made $345 million just in the U.S.
I mean, they got my money, so I'm part of that billion.
And I think it said about 90% of ticket sales were just Endgame for the weekend.
Yeah, they said that some theaters were like going 24 hours.
Yeah, to make up for all of the demand they needed. Like, geez. I wanted to see it, but I knew I wasn't going to get in this weekend. So I'm waiting. Plus, I had no money. That's a big thing. And even when they brought in the pre-order the tickets, they did it when I had no money. So I couldn't do it. But this weekend, for sure, I'm definitely going.
Okay, cool.
Definitely going to go see it.
Cool.
Because I have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll touch on that on the next podcast if there's time. Time permitting. And we don't make this a 4-hour podcast.
Yeah, it'll have been out for 2 weeks. We could do a spoiler review.
It's true. It is true. And you can actively warn everybody as well.
Yeah, so, spoilers for Endgame. Listen at your own risk.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think now we should get into the anime, don't you think?
Sure, let's do it.
Let me see. We touched on Fanime. We did a little bit of Avenger talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think you have the least amount, so should we go with you?
I've just got Shield Hero and One Punch Man, so let's just start with Shield Hero since it's pretty fresh on my mind.
All right.
So, I mean, it was kind of like they heard me bitching and moaning because they finally gave us more action with the dragon and all that, but the Philolial Queen?
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. I like her.
Yeah, I like her.
I like her.
So,
and it's like, does she classify as lowly though?
I don't know. She looks. I mean, she's definitely older than Philo. She looks a lot older.
Yeah, and acts a lot like better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I think, what it is interesting, or at least appeals more to me, is the attitude and the nature. That's more of my style. The Philo's like, yeah, no, that doesn't really do much for me. But the refined Philolial Queen. That's my kind of chocobo. So
yeah, she's a large chocobo, too.
Yes. Oh,
man.
She's a giant chocobo.
As big as that dragon was.
Yeah. Whooped him.
It didn't stand a chance.
So what was interesting, though, was how did she manage to block the shield, though?
Block? Oh, what?
When he tried to go, was it Fury Shield or Evil Shield? Or
Oh, I think he just heard her talking and stopped. Like, what was that?
Okay.
Like, he stopped. I don't think she actually blocked him from using the technique.
Okay.
I think he just kind of heard her speaking, because she did talk, say, don't do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, who's that? Because he kind of had that look on his face. Like, who's talking right now?
Right.
So I think he just stopped to kind of see who was talking to him.
Interesting. So the Chocobo Queen has telekinesis.
Either that or just a really loud voice.
Do you remember how the Chocobos talked in Final Fantasy? Like, Wark and Quay?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's what he heard. Wark, Quay.
Maybe.
Oh, man. Goddamn Chocobos. Is it a horse or is it a chicken?
It's a little of both.
Yeah. That was a joke. It used to be a joke ever since, like, Final Fantasy VII. Like, is it a chicken or is it a horse? But then in Neptunia V, the one that came out on, like, PS3, or PS4 and PS3, they actually brought that up because there was a character that was modeled after, because they're all like personified video games and consoles, and so one of the characters was modeled after Square Enix.
Okay, and
they actually used that as a joke. And I think it was Netgear came out, and Netgear was like, "No, stop! We're gonna get sued if we keep this conversation going." They were trying to answer if it was a chicken or if it was a horse, and of course they're talking about Chocobo. So
yeah.
Yeah. So the Philo and Filial Queen, are they a chicken or are they a horse? I don't know, but apparently you can waifu it. So here we are.
Mm-hmm. You can waifu anything, pretty much.
But Raftalia also was able to get some licks in. So it's been a minute since I remember combat Raftalia. So
yeah, she's been kind of the back part of the attacking squad.
Yeah.
Last episode was she got some action, and then the one before that when she was attacking that guy that attacked her village.
Yeah.
Who I actually thought died when he fell out of the window, but
nope.
It turns out he had to step on him in order to kill him.
Yeah, he survived just to get stepped on. Rip.
God. And that, man, the dinosaur, it was pretty cool, though. I call it a dinosaur instead of a dragon because it looked like a dinosaur.
It's pretty much a dinosaur. Let's be honest.
It was. And nothing they did worked on it.
Yeah.
Which, they said that the previous heroes sealed it away?
Yep.
I thought they were going to have to do that again, but I don't know how they were going to.
And then the Philo Queen is also apparently old as hell.
Yeah, she was, centuries old? Because she was with one of the other heroes.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Philo is with the shield hero.
Yeah.
She does kind of have a narrow-minded view of how Naofumi's circumstances, though.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just all like, you guys are either going to square up and fight, or you guys are going to get whooped and I'm going to wreck you. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if a violent chocobo is really what they want to deal with, but apparently there was also some drama, too, because they were finding out that Multi is full of shit. So that was pretty nice.
The sword and the bow hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so
she's over to the side. Don't look into this.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I know, right?
You going to kill them?
She's going to go get Lance guy.
And what's he going to do? Nothing.
Be a lolicon.
Yeah. I was when I was watching, I was like, thank God Spear Hero was in here to see the Queen be after both of them. And then she'd kill him.
Good. Do us a favor.
But yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't like the way she was so narrow-minded about Naofumi.
Yeah, it almost felt... I was getting, like, Melty vibes about how Melty is just like, oh, get over yourselves and make up already. It's kind of like, ha, 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 but this one is, like, serious. The violent chocobo. So...
Yeah.
So...
It's like, look, I get that they need to work together, and I'm pretty sure he knows they need to work together. It's just that they don't want to work with him. And they're not going to listen to him.
Yeah.
He's tried.
Yeah.
At least once. The princess and the king are ensuring that he does not have any allies. So it's not them you need to be mad at. It's the princess and the king. Go kill them.
Yeah. Just go beat them up. So what's funny was that she also made that remark that she actually had an idea that what was going on. Mm-hmm. So it could be that she knows, the queen knows that shenanigans are already going on. So I don't know. I think you made this point before that these episodes always end on relative cliffhangers, and so that's where we ended this time. So, all I can really say is we'll wait and see what she knows. Hopefully, she says that she knows that Multi and the king are full of crap. So,
another thing we did learn was that the waves are not just in that country; they're all over.
Yeah, that was a little bit of drama. So it makes me think that the heroes were pulled to the male remark deliberately.
And they're just monopolizing them.
Yeah. So a little bit of drama that's going to be revealed. So look forward to that.
Because she's all like, how come you haven't been helping out the other countries?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah.
Because the king didn't mention it, and the princess, of course, wasn't going to mention it.
Right.
So, I'm surprised Melty didn't say anything. Because you'd think the queen would have mentioned it to her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't know? I kind of find that hard to believe, though.
It's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Manga readers are, like, furiously typing in the comments, like, well, it's because of this! But yeah.
Yeah. Manga and a light novel.
Yeah. Right.
Gonna hear from both of them. But that's fine. Just remember, we're anime only, so be a little easy on us.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And we might as well just go into One Punch Man since we just watched that.
All right. So we will report back, I guess, on Shield Hero.
Yeah,
next time.
I think we pretty much covered everything for
Shield Hero. Yeah. So because everything was left up in the air. So in 2 weeks we'll come back.
Yeah.
But yes, One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. Unfortunately for all of you guys that watch our reactions, Belle and I didn't watch this one together. So when we actually come back and watch episode 4, I'm going to make a disclaimer saying that I've already seen episode 3. That way you all at least know I've already watched it. But still a good episode.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. This new guy, it's kind of like the fun and also disappointing moment of the shows when they always build up the villains and then Saitama just comes out and just one punches them, So it's, and I get it, that's the gimmick, the whole gimmick of everything, but it's also kind of like, oh man. But then again, I guess he can only run, Garo can only run roughshod on everybody for so long before he asks to get beat. So I just wasn't expecting it to be done like that.
All I'm going to say is if you think this is the end of him, then you're mistaken.
Yeah, I imagine he'll be back. Most of these guys don't stay down.
But I thought that was funny. Even when I read it in the manga and he tried to beat Saitama.
Yeah.
Like, just because he thought that he was after him, even though he was looking at a wig. Tried to karate chop him, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm shopping here. And just bap. Hits him in the neck, and down he goes.
It's pretty good.
It was a pretty gruesome fight with Moomin Rider, though. Like, just smash his head into the floor.
That was unnecessary, man.
Yeah.
It's just Moomin Rider. What did Moomin Rider ever do?
He's what, #1 in C rank?
Yeah.
You don't need to go that hard on him.
Yeah, man. Come on now. He has his fan club and everything.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Tank Top Master, though. Okay, yeah, you need to go that hard on him. He almost beat you.
Yeah. I liked his tackle where he was all just holding like the Wakanda Forever, and as he just runs into you, it was like, okay, and that's his greatest move already. Then
Tank Top Tackle.
Oh man, yeah, this show has its moments.
Yeah.
And I also did like, I kind of mentioned this to Roman, but I did enjoy in the very beginning of the episode with Fubuki just chilling there eating snacks like she's just part of the crew. And I told Roman that, okay, I can understand now the appeal of Fubuki. I'm still a Tatsumaki guy because, well, I'm sorry, Aoyuki. But I can see it. I'm not opposed to Fubuki, and I'm looking forward to learning more about her, so... it's just kind of funny that she just kind of already inserted herself into the crew, pretty much, and it's just like, yeah. So it's all like, it's just, that's Saitama's true ability. It's just everybody just is attracted to him once they know who he is and what he does.
Well, isn't that
what's he about?
The shonen trope?
Yes.
All the heroes get like people around them.
Yes.
Because they're just charismatic or something. Like there's something about them that just draws people in.
Right, which is funny because Saitama's not particularly charismatic.
No.
He's just kind of there.
In fact, he could be kind of a jerk.
Yeah, correct.
When he talks to you.
Correct. He did take King's PSP Vita, so he took his... no, he took the game. He didn't take the Vita. He just took the game.
No, he took them both.
Oh, he did? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any systems.
Okay. So, yeah, he just straight took his Vita. So, yeah, you're right. Saitama's a jerk.
And smashed in the buttons. Because King's like, oh, the buttons are smashed in. He's like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah?
Yeah, Fubuki, she's just like, she wants to be around strong people. Because, she doesn't see herself getting past B.
Right.
She said that last time.
Yeah.
Going into A is impossible for me. So, now she sees Saitama and Genos and King, and she's like, oh, I could just be a part of this group.
Yeah. Just gonna chill right here.
Eating my snacks. I wouldn't mind. She could eat any snack from my house. I don't care.
Well, there you go.
I told Sano, I'll take both sisters. I don't care. I like Tatsumaki and I like Fubuki. Did you see that image of her I posted on the Facebook?
The manga picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if she's kind of lollyish. I'll take her. She's 28.
Yeah, right?
She's of age.
Yep.
Way past it.
Yep. Just never hit the growth spurt. That's all.
Yeah. It happens.
My goodness.
That's why you go for both sisters. You got one that's just the age, and you got the other one that's, man. She just, wow.
Yeah, it's like the body and the mind. Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically the breakdown. Oh, man. Yeah, they're fun characters. I also like how they used the dopey-looking version of Tatsumaki in the opening credits. So, I don't know how else to describe those when they switch between the styles, you know? And
one style.
One style? Okay.
Yeah, because that's his art style for the webcomic.
Okay, so then when they switch between one style and the I Shill 21 guy. So...
Yusuke Murata.
Yeah, that's his name?
That's his name,
okay.
Yusuke Murata.
Okay. So, yeah, no, it's good times. Like I said, I don't know. I felt that I was a little concerned about how One Punch Man was going to hold up in the age of Boku Hero Academia. But so far, it's been all right. It's been pretty good. Also, I know that a lot of people, again, have just been on that, animation and all that. And I'm still kind of like...
I don't see the issue.
Yeah, I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. I see a little bit of breakup. I see some times when it's like, well, that doesn't look right. But overall, I'm not too concerned.
No, I think it looks pretty good still.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Obviously, not Madhouse quality, but I mean, their A1 is doing pretty good. It's A1, right?
JC staff.
JC staff. They're still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It actually did drop 4 ranks in the top 10, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where was it? What is this from?
This is week 2. I'm just looking at it right now.
Oh, okay. Wait, so what's number 1?
Fruits Basket.
Fruits? Jeez. Wait, what was this?
You got Fruits Basket at number 1, Demon Slayer number 2, which went down a rank. Wise Man's Grandchild, that's that Kenjo no Mago. We Never Learn at number 4. Eo-chan Can't Study at 5. Isekai Quartet at 6, which dropped 2 spaces. One Punch Man 2 at 7, which dropped 4 spaces. Bungo Stray Dog Season 3, which it stayed at number 8. Helpful Fox Senko-san at number 9, which dropped 2 spaces. And then Senryu Girl.
Debut.
Which just got into the top 10.
So... I'm not gonna lie, I'm not surprised about Fruits Basket because it's just one of those vintage shows that it just has that appeal. So, and that's probably gonna be number 1 just because of pure nostalgia. I don't see that ever going down.
Yeah.
Though We Never Learn, I know you were talking about that on the last episode, so I might check that out. And you were also talking about the Grandchild one, that Merlin show.
Yeah.
Someone has also mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned it as well, but I know someone else said, check out the Ao-chan Can't Study. Obviously, Isekai Quartet and One Punch Man. But yes, now that Senko-san is confirmed for Crunchyroll, I wanted to watch it before this podcast, but that wasn't happening. So once I get time, I think today I'm going to go and just knock it out. I'm going to get caught up. I know they're on episode 3, so thank you, Crunchyroll, for picking that up, as well as picking up Isekai Quartet, making it way easier for me to find. So thank you. Shout outs to Crunchyroll.
And for those wondering, this is from Anime Trending.
Yes.
You can find them on Facebook and Twitter.
Yes.
Maybe I'll put a link to their Facebook and Twitter in the comments. I mean, not in the maybe in the comments and the description.
On the Facebook, yeah.
So if you want to check them out, all of that is fan voted. So if you feel like something doesn't deserve the rank, go and vote. Because I voted last time.
Who'd you vote for?
Well, they only give you get 10 spots, and it didn't even look like everything was there.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, some of this stuff isn't even stuff I'd vote for. Like, I was looking at, like, they were doing top 10 male, top 10 female. I was like, well, there's some people missing in here that I would put in the top 10. Like, they would put, like, 5 characters from Attack on Titan, 4 characters from another show, and I'm like, can we just pick a couple that are, like, the top rated and put them in there?
Maybe? Or maybe write it in?
Yeah, write it in. But, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I've never voted, so it's funny to learn how their mechanic works.
Yeah, it's all fan voted.
Well, then I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just vote Tatsumaki.
Yes, I think she was on there.
Of course. Yes.
I voted Fubuki, but...
Waifu War, there you go.
But I'm not opposed to Tatsumaki either. If she was on there, I wouldn't complain. But yeah, I don't understand the whole complaints about the animation for One Punch Man. So I just hear people complain. I'm like, it's not that bad, people.
Yeah, I think that it's just one of those things where it's group mentality, where it's like one guy says it and then everyone's just like, yeah, yeah. And then, you don't want to be the guy that steps up and says, well, I don't really have a problem with the animation. Because then you'll get shunned, or made fun of, and it's just kind of like, well, but really, it's
not that bad.
It's really not. It's Saitama doing Saitama things.
Yeah.
So I don't see what's the problem here. So
I did find it funny in the after credits scene when Genos was calling the doctor, be like, "We need to make an appointment for that
for his hair
to have those hair implants for Master Saitama."
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He's like, "Oh, we got an appointment next Wednesday, Master." He's like, "No, I'm not. This is for a competition I'm entering. I don't need the hair." Even though he's always trying to find things to fix his hair, like the seaweed. What did they call it? They called it something else, but I know it was seaweed.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But he found that seaweed monster, killed it, and then started eating its seaweed.
Man, when was season 1? 2015?
Something like that. It was a couple years ago. Man. Yeah. 2015 or 14. It's one of those. Been a while.
Yeah, that used to be the meme.
Yeah.
Things that'll never happen. Jesus Christ coming back. One Punch Man season 3. No Game, No Life season 2.
Oh, yeah. I keep hearing about that one. I want to see a season 2, though, because I just finished No Game, No Life last month.
Nice.
And watched the movie. It was a good series.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind a season 2. But from what I understand, that may never happen. Due to some, I think it's law issues or something.
Rip.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the full story. I just watched it and knew I enjoyed it. So, if anybody else knows the story, send me a link to like an article or something, or just explain it to me.
Yeah. That actually sounds interesting. We'll maybe do a follow-up if you hear anything.
Yeah. You have anything else on One Punch Man, or?
No, I'm pretty much it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. So we will revisit this one for sure.
And again, I apologize to those who watched the channel. I did not watch this one with Belle.
Nah,
but
you owe them a react.
Yeah. There still will be a reaction because Belle hasn't watched it.
Okay.
So you'll still be getting a first-timer's view on it.
Okay.
And episode 4 will be back to me not knowing what's going to happen in the anime.
Okay.
So, all right, I guess I'll talk about Piano no Mori Season 2. That ended a week ago. It took them forever to release episode 11. 2 weeks. Like, it didn't actually release until episode 12 came out. And I was both disappointed and happy because then I could just watch them both back to back and I have to be like, now I gotta wait a week. But basically, he finished his set. Kai finished his set, and everybody loved it. Making that one judge that wanted the Polish guy, oh god, what's his name? Lech, I think is how you pronounce his name, to win. He was nervous, and he was hoping that Lech would come out and do an amazing performance so he can kind of talk everybody else into voting for him. And he did come out and he did do an amazing performance. So I was kind of like, okay, well now the top 3, I have no idea who's gonna win what, because they all did amazing.
Yeah.
And he I think the head judge ends up getting talked to by this guy from the press, who was upset that they had eliminated another contestant who did not deserve to be eliminated. That one judge, he convinced them to eliminate him because he was too much of a threat to Lech, I think is how you pronounce it. I have no idea how to pronounce these names for the Polish people, so if I butcher it, I apologize. But yeah, he had him voted out. He didn't want him in there because he was too much of a threat. Without realizing that Kai was the biggest threat. He was talked to by this person from the press stating that he had gone to a bunch of famous pianists and given them the numbers of all of the contestants and had them watch that first round and had them vote who did the best. And the guy that was eliminated ended up in the top 10. And he's like, I can go and have this printed and get like your votes to see how you all voted and show that there's some kind of controversy going on with your standards. And to keep that from happening, he told them, all right, he went into the back and told all the judges, we're going to do it a little differently because they're saying they want to publish our results from each section of the competition. He's like, we're going to do this a little differently. We're going to judge everybody's performance based from the first part of the competition till now, and you have to pick who you thought did the best based off of their whole performance. That one guy was sweating bullets because he didn't want that. He wanted to just convince people to vote for Lech, or Lech, or however you pronounce it. And he ends up, well, I'm pretty sure you know who won. There's spoilers here. Kai ended up winning.
Oh, damn.
Didn't see that.
Lech ended up getting third. I thought he would get second, but he ended up getting third, tying with another contestant. And 2 went to Peng Wei, the Chinese pianist. I knew Kai would win, but I was still kind of like trying to psych myself out. Like, okay, well, maybe it'll be a little different. Because, you kind of hope maybe they'll throw a curveball at you.
To extend it. So you have to come back for season 3.
Yeah, but they didn't. He ended up winning. And I remember a few weeks ago I mentioned that he wanted to win for his teacher because he was going to stop teaching him.
Yeah.
Apparently there was another reason. He had talked to a hand doctor because his teacher messed up his hands in an accident. He couldn't play piano anymore. He had talked to a hand doctor and told him that if he wins the competition, he wanted to use the prize money to have his teacher's hands operated on so that he could play again. So the doctor, without waiting for Kai, went over to the teacher, what's his name? Ajino. And told him what was going on. His teacher was pretty upset about it. Not because he wasn't happy that Kai was thinking about him and wanted him to play again. I think there was some other reason behind it, and my memory is horrible, so I'm not going to remember.
No worries.
But he eventually does get the operation done, and he's trying to play the piano, like, get better, because right now he's kind of stuck at where he was when he stopped playing piano.
Mm-hmm.
But he isn't getting any better at it. So, Kai, who was on a tour with the other contestants from the competition, decided that he was going to leave the tour and just go and help him out. Mm. And at the end, they end up doing a concert together.
Nice.
So, I thought it was a really good ending for the series. That he said he didn't want his teacher out of his life completely. Even if he wasn't his teacher, he wanted him more now as like an eternal rival. Somebody that he can always chase after. Because I don't think he's ever going to think that he can beat Ajino.
Yeah.
So having Ajino play piano would help him constantly get better. So I think that's what he wanted.
Cool. Just listening to this sounds like very Yuri on Ice. I don't know why. I'm just getting vibes.
Oh, really?
Yuri on, yeah.
Never seen Yuri on Ice.
I've seen parts of it. Then, it's... The Fujoshi's got a hold of it, and they just didn't let it go. But, yeah, just a lot of vibes. But, I mean, that's good. Yuri on Ice was fairly successful, so... It's not a bad thing to be compared to, or at least remind me of.
I don't think anybody's grabbed a hold of this. Like, I haven't heard anything from Fujoshi's or, like, anybody.
Got it.
Nothing.
Then you're safe. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling to have.
Yeah, it's like, oh, God, nobody's going to taint this. Not that, I mean, if it's done right with your Fujoshi's or whatever, then, I don't mind. Some of the stuff they can come up with is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't mess with Piano no Mori. But yeah, it was a really good series. I'm expecting no season 3 because it did end on a pretty good note.
Yeah.
And one thing I did notice throughout this season, because the first season, whenever Kai would play the piano, they did like a CG rendering of him playing, and they would like circle around him, and you would see him play the piano. I guess there were too many complaints about that, because in this season they just did like a still frame of him playing, and they would just go in different angles of a still frame. And I was like, I didn't have an issue with the CG, but I guess
some people don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of detracts or disturbs or, it doesn't look right.
Right.
So it's kind of like you're watching this anime or animation, and then out of nowhere it's CG. It's kind of like weird, but...
I know they tried doing it a little bit with the orchestra. But by little, I mean they just put in some unrendered gray sculpts of members of the orchestra and the seats. And I'm like, you couldn't have at least painted them, given them skins or anything. You just put gray sculptures of them on the seats. That just seems lazy to me.
Didn't finish rendering.
Yeah, didn't finish. That bothered me, but the other CG from season 1 didn't bother me at all. Like, it wasn't as bad as the bear from Golden Kamuy. Which, even still, it didn't really bother me that much. But, nothing really bothers me too bad, unless it's, like, really, really horrible animation.
Yeah, you've already seen it, done it.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
But, yeah, that was the only thing that really changed from this season, was they stopped doing the CG piano playing.
Okay.
And they just stuck with, like, a still frame. And, I don't know, both were fine. Both were fine for me. But I did like the CG a little better. Because then you actually see them play the keys.
Yeah.
And everything. So this was just, you see their hands kind of move, or like stuck in a position where they're trying to move over to another part of the piano or something. But I didn't mind. I didn't mind too much. I think the only character that really... There was a couple characters that got some good character development.
Okay.
Pong Wei, who started off as a big jerk. Very... didn't want to talk to anybody else. Just get away from me. I don't know if he thought he was too good for everybody, but his idol was Ajino.
Okay.
He's the one that really got him into his love for the piano, because he was adopted by some rich dude who was forcing him to play the piano, and he didn't enjoy it at all until he heard Ajino play and wanted to emulate his style and make it his own. And then he actually met with Ajino at the competition and spoke with him, and that made his, year.
Nice.
So he made a lot of... He changed a lot throughout the competition. And I enjoyed that, because I didn't like him at first. By the end, he was okay. And, what's his name? Sasuke? Kai's friend. Okay. The one who said he hated him, but doesn't hate him.
Good friend.
Yeah. By the end of it, he figured out his issues with Kai, started helping him with the competition, helping him practice and stuff like that. And I think he was more happy that Kai won than anybody else.
Nice.
Dude was crying and jumping up and down.
So he was assumed at it.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was like, man, you think he would have won the competition. You think he won, based on his reaction. But it was a good series. I really liked it.
Nice.
That's pretty much all I got for that one, though.
Cool.
But it was really good.
So, Piano no Mori Season 3. Make it happen, guys. You heard Roman.
Yes. I wouldn't mind a Season 3, but I don't know where they would go with it. Like, maybe have him become part of an orchestra.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be fun.
So what you got next?
I got Sarazanmai. This is the Kappa anime.
Okay. The one I was supposed to watch and I dropped the ball.
Yeah, I'll try not to spoil much here.
All right.
But
by tonight, I will be caught up. I promise you that much.
Yeah. I remember the last podcast episode, I had a little bit of difficulty talking about this series. The next two episodes weren't as weird as the first one. Like, the first one caught me off guard with everything that was going on. The second and third episode, not so much. It was pretty normal, actually, except for a few parts. But basically, I believe I explained that they had to fight zombies, which are not exactly zombies. Because they're not trying to eat people's brains. It's more like they're changed, and their inner desires are... Like, the one thing they desire the most is enhanced, and they just go after that. And then the Kappa go in and try to stop them. The three kids.
Interesting.
I did not know it was a musical. I'll say that. Because they're singing and dancing.
Okay, yeah, this show sounds like it's all over the place. So
It's pretty all over the place.
interesting.
But it's pretty funny as well.
Okay.
I do enjoy it, even though it's kind of weird.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. You kind of had me interested in the last time we talked about it. So, and then I think I tagged you in that article from Anime Maru
Oh,
talking about like no one understands what's going on. So I need to
Yeah.
go and watch this and figure it all out.
the hidden meaning behind Sarah Zanmai's animation or
Exactly.
story or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that article.
Yeah. I love Anime Maru.
They're parody, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They made that post where they were like, the website is down. You guys should go read Anime News Network to get some real honest journalism. And I died because apparently Anime News Network is the worst. But
They're pretty bad.
Ouch.
Yeah, I've been on their site looking for stuff, and they'll have good like titles, but then you click on it and there's like no information really.
All right. You know what's funny is I was going to actually say you should fill me in on this, but we can come back to Anime News Network later.
Yeah.
Because I do want to know. I want to know more about it, but we're talking about Sarah Zanmai now because I'm going to be watching this tonight. So,
Yeah.
anything I should be aware of before I dive in?
Okay, a couple of things.
Yes.
They do reuse animation.
Okay.
I kind of get why, but they do reuse it mostly towards the end of the episode
Okay.
when everything starts going down.
Okay.
But the animation is really good. I do think it's pretty funny, and expect to see a lot of buttholes.
Oh my god. Do you have a favorite character?
A favorite?
Well, let me ask you: are you caught up?
Yes.
So the three. Okay. So do you have a favorite character yet? If you don't, you don't. I mean, 3 episodes is not too much
I
material.
think my favorite character is any of the three kids.
Okay.
It's the girl down there in the boat.
That was my next question. Waifus?
I wouldn't say she's a waifu. I think she's about the same age as them, and they're in middle school.
Okay, so you just like the character. Got it.
I just like the character. I think
Okay.
she's kind of funny, the way she does things.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I think there is some yaoi undertones here.
Fun.
Yeah,
Fun. All right.
but I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, don't expect to see the faces of most other characters. Like, background characters don't matter in this show, so they don't even bother.
Okay. At least they're honest, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Family members of the kids and stuff, you'll see them drawn out completely, but everybody else looks like that little stick figure from the exit signs.
Got it.
So,
Fun.
expect that.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, I think three episodes so far. I was going to say I think it's up to episode 4, but
This
yeah,
week.
this week is episode 4.
This week.
But yeah, I don't want to go too much into it. I don't want to spoil nothing since you are going to start watching it.
Yeah, tonight I'm on it.
So I think that's all I got for Sarah's on my.
Okay, until next episode.
Yeah.
Next podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
What else were you going to pick up on? So I know not to go too much into it.
I mean, it's whatever. I'm open to suggestions. So if you want to talk about anything and you're trying to get me to start watching it, just holler. Just go on about it.
Okay. Well, I know Senko-san. You said you were going to.
Senko-san, yes. Senko-san will be one that I'm going to zerg out tonight as well.
Okay. Were you thinking of We Never Learn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I won't spoil too much on that one either.
I mean, if you want to just rocket blast them real quick and just be like, I'm watching this, that, and this, and I'm just going to jot them down right now. This segment will be called Roman's Rocket Blast. He's about to run through a bunch of shows that he's watching right now.
Okay. So next one I got on here is, well, I might as well just go with We Never Learn. I'll just skip the We Never Learn, and I'll do the other one in a bit. I remember the last time you said this kind of gave you vibes of quintuplets.
Yes.
Because it's about a tutor teaching these girls and stuff.
Yes.
But I remember telling you the only difference with that is the girls are geniuses in their respective classes. It's just that they want to learn something that's beyond them. They have no skill at all with it. We got 3 girls that he's tutoring. You have Rizu. She's smart in science and math. Uruka is a sports girl and actually has a tan because she's in the swim club, which I like. I don't know. I like tan girls. Fumino. She's good in literature and like humanities and stuff like that.
You know what? Okay, so the swim club one, right? The tan one. What's funny is that I was actually with a friend who's a cosplayer on Friday. She actually told me that she's gonna cosplay that one.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because she also is like tan waifus and all that. So, she's tan herself. So it works for her in her complexion.
Yeah.
So, she said that too. And I mentioned, again, I wanted to watch it in preparation for this week's podcast, but I just didn't get to it. So that is going to be, I'm going to be up until 1 a.m. tonight watching all these shows. But I will be caught up. At least I'll be in 3 episodes each is not going to be the end of me. So I've done worse. But yeah. Yeah. She sounds like she's honestly like everyone's favorite character. So that's good. That's a good sign.
Cool. Well, right now I don't even have a waifu for this series.
Wow.
Because I like all 3 of them. So it's kind of hard for me to decide which one.
You're like the harem protagonist here.
Yeah. Who actually, his name's Narayuki. He's the teacher, the tutor. He's trying to get a recommendation for a scholarship to go to the college he wants to. But in order to do that, he has to tutor these girls and get them into the school they want to go to. Which is proving to be a challenge. Because he's got to figure out, how can I tutor this person who gets like a 2 on a written test? There's a teacher who used to tutor them who seems to be trying to sabotage him.
Interesting.
I don't know why. She's very serious about them trying to get into a school that they're good at. Like, she wants Rizu to go into a science or math school, and she wants Fumino to go into a literature school or something, because that's what they're good at. But that's not what they want. And it seemed like when she found out that he was actually making some progress with them, she's trying to come up with sabotage like material.
Okay, well, at least there's a plot. All right, okay, we're gonna leave it there. Yeah, and I'm gonna go Senko-san. Go.
Yeah, Senko-san. Who doesn't love a fox waifu? I don't even care if she looks like she's 10 this time. I just want to be pampered by a fox girl. Which is basically all this series is about. You just see a cute little fox girl who goes to this guy because he's very overworked and like broody now, because he's just like, I gotta go to work again tomorrow. I'm gonna spend another 12 or 13 hours there and stuff. So she's just trying to make sure that he's taken care of by feeding him, by making sure that he's doing everything he needs to do, playing games with him. She was actually playing games with him.
Fun.
And we did get introduced to another character, the neighbor, who was a manga artist, who was actually going to call the police on him because it did look like he was going to attack a 10-year-old girl. She just kind of burst in their room because they were being loud. Who thinks she's cosplaying an anime character.
Meta.
It's just a cute series. That's the only reason I really watch it is, 1, I find it really cute, and 2, it's a good unwinding show for when I got home from work.
Okay.
They also, like, at the end of the episode, they'll do a segment where it's like she's talking to you.
Yeah.
And pampering you. So, that's kind of cool.
Okay. I will definitely be on that.
But for the most part, yeah, it's just one of those, like, cute unwinding shows for me, where I get to just watch something and not be like, action all over the place, or drama, or something.
Or apparently with Sarah's on my buttholes.
Yeah, or seeing a butthole every second. I don't know.
Okay, alrighty then.
What was the other one that you were going to... I think that was it that you were going to check out, right?
Yeah, definitely those 2 for sure.
Those two for sure.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go to that one last. We'll do Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket.
The remake. Think I just watched episode 4. Because I think they're up to episode 4. Like I said in the last podcast, I have not seen the original. I did not watch that. I was not as open about anime as I am now. I was mostly watching shonen and stuff like that. Akira, Dragon Ball Z, Outlaw Star, Big O, anything that was on Toonami, I was watching. Cowboy Bebop. But romance, harem anime, even like this, reverse harem, was definitely not on my radar at the time. Now that I'm more open about what I watch, because I'm watching harem anime, ecchi anime, music anime, whatever. I'll watch it. I don't care. If it's good, I'm going to watch it. I don't care what kind of content they have. Follow Toru, who when I first saw it, I was like, oh, Dragon Maid. But maybe that's where they got the name for her. I don't know.
It's possible.
She's living with these two guys, Yuki Shigure. They're part of they're like, I guess you can say possessed or something by spirits of the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah.
Where if they're hugged by somebody from the opposite gender, they change into their animal. And I guess it varies depending on how long they stay in that form. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's just a couple of minutes.
Sometimes it's a plot device.
Yeah, sometimes it's a plot device, which I haven't gotten to yet. Like, they haven't actually done that where it's made any big plot moves yet. But I'm assuming once we get introduced to more characters and things start happening, that'll start going down. Okay. Like Ranma, pretty much, with his changing into a girl. We also got Kyo, who was actually a cat, but there's no cat in the Chinese zodiac. And they kind of explain that a little bit with this, how the rat kind of convinced the cat not to go to this banquet that they were all invited to, and basically told them, oh, it's next Tuesday or something. But it was actually like tomorrow. And they all go, and he's left behind, and he doesn't get in. So, yeah. We did just get introduced to their sister, though.
Okay.
Kagura.
Okay.
She's a boar, and she's in love with Kyo, and she just completely obliterates him every time she's like angry. The series is super funny. I really enjoy the comedy in this. I didn't watch the other one, so I can't compare the animation or the story, like if they're telling it differently or not. I'm sure all of you who read the manga, from what I understand, they're following the manga more closely with this one than they were in the last series. But I haven't read the manga, so I don't know how close it is. But it's a good series. It's funny. It's interesting seeing like how she's going to end up hugging them or leaning up against them to get them to turn into an animal. Because sometimes it's just an accident, like she trips or something.
The trope.
Yeah. They are constantly destroying Shigure's house, though. Like, whenever... Because he's always... Kyo and Yuki always fight.
Of course.
But, like, breaking his doors, and this last one, they broke his TV. But it's a fun series. It's good. It's good. It's interesting. They have this marked as first season. Like, even in the title. It says Fruits Basket first season.
Yes.
So I'm assuming they plan on doing the rest of it.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything listed for next season for this, so they might take their time on getting to the second season. Maybe they're saying if the first season does well, and then move on. But from what that tells me is they're planning on doing the second, third, however many seasons there are. And if they do, then I'll watch it. I've been enjoying it so far. It's fun. And Toru she would be the waifu. She cooks, she cleans, she takes care of everything. She's really nice, like overly sometimes nice. She tries to like communicate with them and get them to open up about their problems, stuff like that. They're a little resistant though. Especially Kyo, who doesn't like being around people, apparently. Because I told you last time he put a girl in almost like a arm move, like he twisted it to the back because she was getting a little too close.
Brutal.
But that's it for Fruits Basket. I'm just gonna like we're just doing a rapid fire thing here. Oh, you know what? We didn't talk about Isekai Quartet.
No, we did not.
Do you want to do that last and let me finish these?
You know what? I'm going to tell you what, because Isekai Quartet is kind of like short. We're going to do Isekai Quartet next episode.
Oh, okay.
Because that'll give us like 4 episodes.
Okay, sounds
good. So that'll be a lot to cover. So
okay.
And
so maybe
but in the meantime, make sure you're watching Isekai Quartet. It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
It's hilarious.
So I guess every 2 episodes we'll get into Isekai Quartet.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's see. Fruits Basket we never learn. I have Kenja no Mago, which is that old man's grandchild.
Okay.
I explained the first episode. I'll do it again because I've done that with everything else. But this dude is at work, working late, gets off, not really paying attention, and crosses a crosswalk when he's not supposed to, and gets hit by a car. Who also wasn't paying attention and was trying to speed past somebody so that he can get in front. Which I hate those people. Stop doing that. Even though I do that. Sometimes I'm like paying attention. Like I'll go, no, I won't do that here. But this guy just went and sped off and hit the guy, killing him, and he got sent to another world.
That's how it goes.
So yeah, this is your Isekai series. Like straight Isekai, not like Isekai Quartet, where it's parody and they're all already from another world coming back to like another one. Where he's picked up by Merlin. Not Arthurian Merlin, just a guy named Merlin. Still a top mage. He finds him in a carriage that has been completely destroyed by a demon. So picks him up, takes care of him, starts teaching him magic, has his friends come in and teach him other things, sword fighting, how to enchant clothing and stuff like that, like protection spells and everything. The only thing he didn't teach him was common sense, so he doesn't know how to handle normal situations. He doesn't know when he's saying something that he shouldn't be saying. He doesn't know anything like that. Which I thought would be a much bigger part of the show, but so far doesn't really make much of an impact. Like, I thought that would be kind of funny when I picked it up, like, oh, he's going to get into some shenanigans, and not really so far.
So, a friend of mine was also watching this, the Merlin, the Child of Merlin or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, maybe I'll watch the first episode. Maybe I'll give in, because especially since they're like, well, it's not the Dick Merlin, so it's all like, oh, maybe.
I mean, this Merlin's more grandfatherly.
Maybe I'll check it out. But when that Babylonian anime starts up, man, you're gonna be ready. There's gonna be a lot of bitching and moaning about that Merlin. Ruined Mordred's life. Anyways,
good. No, it's rebellious little. No, I'm kidding.
We're getting off track. That could be a whole podcast episode. Is how Merlin fucked up.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
But yeah, this one doesn't sound that bad.
But yeah, he ends up going to a school specifically for magic.
Okay.
Apparently, Merlin and one of his was it Melinda? I think is her name. Yeah. They're well known in the kingdom because they defeated. Well, I don't want to spoil too much. I'll just say they beat something that was pretty powerful.
Okay.
So they're well known. And when the people hear that they're coming to the kingdom, they're like swarming their carriage. They had to like do some moves to get to their house, which actually looks like the mansion from Konosuba. I think I can find an image of that actually.
It's a good mansion to be modeled after.
It is. There's like a few little differences, but other than that,
oh yeah, you don't want to get sued.
Yeah. Let me look this up really quick. Let's see. Where's the image? Do you have an image here, please? No? Oh, here it is. Come on, you. Load up. There it is. Doesn't it look exactly like it?
It does. It does. You're gonna have to pay some royalties.
Again, there's a few little differences, like with the arcways and stuff like that, but it's basically the mansion from Konosuba.
Fantastic.
And he has to actually take a test to get into the school because the king, who's a friend of Merlin's,
Of course.
can't use his power to get him in. In fact, any royalty that goes to this school is not allowed to use their status to get anything they want.
Because you like One Punch Man.
Oh yeah, I saw this one. I think I saw you post that earlier.
After this podcast, I think I'll put it in the group.
Cool.
On the page. Okay. But yeah. Okay, so King, Merlin's friend.
Yeah. Can't get his grandson in there because he can't use his power for anything like that with the school.
No favoritism here.
No favoritism. With any of the nobles, none of them can use their status to get in or
Good.
anything like that. And they can't do it when their kids are already in there. The kids can't do it. They can't force anything because they're like the king's son or this other noble's like niece or something. They can't do that. But yeah, it's a really good series. There's already a couple of waifus for me, and action's pretty good when they have it. There's only been a couple of episodes with action, but the action has been really good. And again, I thought the common sense issue was going to be more like played up more, but it's not played up that much. But it does make appearances here and there, which actually I'm a little disappointed by, but I'm also like not disappointed by because it would be kind of old. Like, okay, well I get it now. He doesn't have common sense. Can we get to something else? So I'm a little glad they're kind of downplaying it.
All right. Maybe I'll give this a shot. We'll see.
Let's see. That's Kenja no Mago. I did that one. I think I got two more. Yeah. Hachigatsu no Cinderella 9, which is the baseball anime. So far, this is just an okay series. I'm still going to watch it, but it's just okay. Basically, the main character just wants to start a baseball club at the school that she's at because she loves baseball. And right now she's just trying to put together a team. So far, that's basically all it is right now. She's trying to put together a team, slowly getting people to join. Most of the people on the team have no idea how to play baseball. Like, they just thought it'd be fun, so they came and joined.
Rip.
One person literally had no idea how to catch or throw. Although I kind of like her because she wears a hoodie that's got like cat ears.
Oh yeah. Fun.
They got a few interesting characters that they just introduced, so we'll see how this goes. I want to see what kind of interactions the characters can get into. And they did just introduce the rival character, so I'm pretty sure she's going to join the team because they show her in the theme. That's the one thing I don't like about themes nowadays. They kind of spoil everything.
Yeah.
It's like, stop it. I want to watch and see what happens. Don't tell me what happens in the theme. That's pretty much it for that one.
Okay.
It's just an okay series, and like I said, they're just getting the team together.
So it's still building up.
It's still building up.
Okay.
And I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to say it because there's a lot of good stuff I'm watching this season. But right now, Carol and Tuesday is like my favorite for this season. I think it's done by Studio Bones.
Okay.
They do the animation and everything for this.
I have heard some people talking about that now. Ever since you mentioned it.
You've heard a few.
And I've seen some people on Facebook talking about it. So.
Mm-hmm. It's a Netflix series, and we checked last week. It's not up there, but that's probably because they're going to wait till the whole thing's done and then put it up. It's 24 episodes, so you got 6 months. I really love this series. The animation, the art, the story is really good. The characters are really good. All of them so far. The music is really good and is actually sung in English. Like, none of it's Japanese. And I think they actually got. I think they did like a worldwide audition for the two singers. I don't know their names. They tell you in the, opening credits and stuff. But they're really good. And right now, they are just trying to get out there. Well, I don't think they were planning on it at first, but things kind of fell in that direction. So they're kind of going with the flow right now. But yeah, the two main characters, Carol and Tuesday, they're both really fun. Tuesday, I think I mentioned in the last episode, she's rich. So she ran away from home because her family didn't want her doing anything with music, and she wanted to, so she decided to go and leave for the big city. It's called Alba City on Mars. Because they live on Mars. I think this tells you it's 50 years after they colonized Mars.
Got it.
So everything's already been terraformed, and there's water and stuff like that. Apparently, most music in this world is now done through AI, where they just go through all of the previous hits and just generate a song that they know people are going to enjoy.
It's kind of like how it is right now.
Yeah. And from what we can tell, this is going to, with Carol and Tuesday, it's going to go against that.
Okay.
Because they're people. So they're not AI, they're not robots, they're not anything like that. And they're apparently going to cause something big. They tell you that in the beginning of the series. So it's going to be fun seeing their adventure.
Interesting.
Get into that. Because they're both funny, though. I like them. On that top anime trending, they had them on the top female. They had both of them listed, and I was like, I don't know who I want to pick. I ended up picking Tuesday, but I could have. It could have either gone to Carol as well. They're both really good.
I would have voted Tatsumaki.
You'd have voted Tatsumaki. And be like, she's the top waifu in Carol and Tuesday.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to spoil that one too, even though you got 6 months before it even comes to Netflix.
Yeah.
But
they're full long episodes, like 25 minutes?
25 minutes,
okay,
yeah.
Full episodes, okay.
Full episodes.
Okay.
And they go by really quick.
Okay.
At least for me. I've seen a few reactors who have said that this is probably going for them, this is anime of the year. And it's only been a few months in, so. For me, I don't know. I gotta wait and see how the rest of the year goes, but this is gonna be in the top for me.
Anime of the year for me is Isekai Quartet.
Yeah. That's in the running too for me. I got a lot of shows that I really like and think could be anime of the year. Isekai Quartet is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's shows that are probably good and solid and decent, but I mean, knowing that there's at least 3 Fate series later on this year, and I don't know, I can't. I always remember and then forget all the stuff that's coming out. It's like this season really feels like a lull for me. But I mean, I'm sure that Carol and Tuesday is cool, and I'll probably check it out. But right now I feel like this is like the chill and relax season.
Yeah.
Which is convenient because, again, next month, May being Fanime month, really makes it, easy to get caught up and make sure you don't fall behind on your shows and everything. So get ready for the con. Yeah. So, yeah.
But I think that's all I got right now.
Okay.
That's everything I have that I picked up this season.
All right. And to recap, so this is Roman's Rocket Blast. And we rocket blasted it because, unfortunately, I can't add any of my 2 cents, but We Never Learned, Senko-san, Fruits Basket, Kenji no Mago, Cinderella 9, Carol on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch them. I'm going to try to check out some of these. And
wait, I did not add it in here. I don't know what it was. Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, yes.
I forgot about Demon Slayer.
I've seen that one pop up on Crunchyroll.
I did pick that up, even though it was 3 episodes in. I normally don't do that, but I realized my subs hasn't let me down yet. If they tell me to pick up a series, it's because it's really good. And yeah, this one's produced by I don't know. You had 4 or 5 different ways of saying the name of the production company.
Ufotable?
Yeah.
UFO Table.
I just call them Ufotable.
Ufotable. That's fun. Those guys that don't pay their taxes.
Yeah, those guys. This is produced by them. Cool. And it shows because the animation is amazing in this. Yeah. Everything I've seen from Fate Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel has looked amazing, and this one does not disappoint either. Basically, I should have wrote down their names, but it's about this guy. I don't know how old he is. I think he's the oldest out of, I think it was 5 siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going into town to sell charcoal. And he ends up heading back home kind of late, and this dude that lives in a house nearby who knows him is like, it's getting late, you should stay here for the night, otherwise demons will probably come and kill you. And he's like, whatever, okay. He's not really believing the demon thing, but he goes in, he sleeps, gets home, and finds his family slaughtered. Except for one, his sister. And he's trying to run her down to the town to get her a doctor because she's barely hanging on. And then she turns into a demon. Apparently, in this world, if you mix your blood with a demon's blood, you can change. And then he ends up running into a demon slayer who's trying to kill his sister, and he's trying to keep him from doing that. He ends up convincing him, kinda, because the sister ended up trying to protect him instead of eat him. So he's like, okay, there's something different about these two. I'm going to give them a chance. And he sends him to see this old man, who's actually voiced by the dude that does the lieutenant in Golden Kamuy. I do not know who that is, because I don't know VAs. But he ends up training him, and now he's getting ready to do the final selection to get into the Demon Slayer, clan or whatever.
And this was all over 3 episodes?
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4 episodes.
Okay. Interesting.
Episode 4 just came out yesterday, and I watched that.
Okay, cool.
But again, animation is really good. They do make it more realistic with the training in this. You notice how in some shows they'll be training and it'll look like maybe it's been a week.
Yeah.
They don't tell you how long it's been. This one, the guy's constantly been like, oh, it's been like a year, it's been 6 months, it's been, for his training on certain things. So they give you a timetable of how long it took him to actually get to where he is.
Interesting.
And so far, I've only really seen 5 characters. They're all good. I like them.
Cool.
It's a fun, really cool series. I like how stylized some of the abilities are. You'll have to see it to know what I'm talking about, but I do like the stylization of the attacks. And some of the demons are pretty cool looking. I've only seen a few, but some of them are pretty cool looking. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
You all will see my reactions for that uploaded before this is uploaded, but I did those Friday and Saturday.
So all right, go watch Demon Slayer and watch Roman's reactions to Demon Slayer.
Yes.
Different from Goblin Slayer.
Yes, different from Goblin Slayer. There's no
harem.
Over talked about rape scene.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there was nothing. I'm not getting into that.
All right.
But that's it. That's all the stuff I picked up.
All right. Does that cover it for anime?
I just wanted to give a short little review of a series I did finish.
Okay.
Yuri Yuri Season 2.
Yeah.
You ever seen Yuri Yuri?
I've seen the memes.
You've seen the memes?
Yes.
It took me a while to finish this, but I did 2 weeks of 4 episodes back to back.
Oof. Both seasons?
Actually, I think I did that for both seasons.
Okay.
Where I finished 4 episodes each one, like the last 4 episodes I watched. I still got to watch season 3, but it's going to be a little while before I watch that. I thought the second season kind of started off a little slow. It was still funny, but I thought it could have been a little better. Towards episode 4, it really picked up, got really crazy with the jokes and everything. Oh God. See, this is my issue where I gotta write down names because I don't remember names very well.
That's fine. Especially when you're watching so many series.
Yeah. I think I might remember some of them. Akari.
Okay.
She's the redhead with the
buns.
little buns.
Yes.
She's supposedly the protagonist, but she has no presence. Like, they're constantly telling her she has no presence at all. In fact, when they do that, they show her as like a clear outline. There's Kyoko. She's the one. Yeah, Kyoko. She's the one you'll see in the memes where she's dressed as a tomato.
Okay.
That's her. She's apparently really smart, does not study very, very often, but gets like top grades.
Nice.
Because she crams the night before. There's Chinatsu, pink hair, ponytails, in love with Yui, the other girl in the group, who's very calm and always trying to keep Kyoko in line. She can't do it. There's a ton of characters in this. They're the main ones. I cannot remember all the other ones. But you do have a character that does like to fantasize about Kyoko and her, like, friend.
Nice.
Like, when she's fantasizing, she pulls her glasses off and then her nose starts to bleed. Because she's thinking of all these pervy things.
Interesting.
Her sister kind of does the same thing, but with her sister and the same girl that she, only when she pulls her glasses off, her nose doesn't bleed. She drools.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The season ended with them doing a rendition of Snow White for the Culture Festival. Kyoko was Snow White. The rest of them they weren't even dwarves. They were the 7 elves.
Okay, you don't want to get sued, man.
Yeah. And the names, they had Tsundere Elf, Evil Elf, they had Stupid Elf. Oh god, I can't remember all of them. I can't remember. Akari's was funny, but I can't remember what it was. They had one of their teachers as the evil queen. The student council president was the mirror, who only the teacher can understand because she talks so low that nobody else can hear her. You can see her lips move, but you don't understand what she's saying. It ended with a battle with a robot.
Of course.
The teacher made a robot that was chasing them all over the place. The only reason they won, though, was because the batteries died. And
that's how I remember Snow White.
It was hilarious. I thought it was super funny.
Goodness.
The series is really good. If you haven't checked it out, you should watch it.
No, yeah, like I said, it's one of those older shows that I know the memes, and it was always kind of like, yeah, I should probably watch it to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I also know that the character Karen, the blonde, she's voiced by Toyama now, and she also was like this Japanese speaking broken English.
Yeah.
But then right after she did Yuru Yuri, she then turned around and did Kansai Collection as Kongo, who spoke broken English. Just, she's Japanese, English phrase, Japanese. So, but now, Toyama now is all over like Fate and Yuru Camp. Not to become confused with Yuru Yuri.
Yeah.
And then she was in like Bunny Senpai, Goblin Slayer, so Toyama now is pretty good. She's a pretty good voice actress. So,
all right.
Yeah. That's what I know about Yuru Yuri. I also know that it's hilarious. I also know the Dragon Ball Z scene.
Oh, yeah.
Where Akari, I think it was Akari, she was powering up.
Yeah. They did a Dragon Ball reference in Please Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro as well.
Oh my god.
We'll have to talk about that when we do a manga episode.
Yes.
But yeah. The episode before that, Akari went back in time to try to fix her non-presence. Because she realized when that was happening, and she's like, she accidentally went back in time, but she's like, I'm going to try to fix this so that I have more of a presence in my own show. Because they break the fourth wall in this every once in a while.
Fun.
She never did, though. When she finally got the opportunity to, she decided not to do it.
Nice.
But, yeah. And then it turned out it was just Kyoko having a dream, like was like had a bunch of storyboards. Like that was the idea I had, and she's like, "We couldn't even just made this a dream episode."
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, the last 2 episodes were really good, and I really like this series. I'm looking forward to getting to season 3.
Yes.
That's why every other show I'm going to watch is going to be 4 episodes each time I watch it, so I can get through them really quick.
Yeah, just knock it out.
Yeah, and then get to season 3.
Yes.
Well, for one, I also I want to really watch it, and 2, I also don't want the comments asking where it is, because I get those. Where's season 3 of this? Like for a romantic comedy snafu, constantly. Where's season 2? And I'm like, I know, I'm getting to it.
It's coming, guys.
It's taking a little while, but I'm going to get to it.
Roman is about quality, so you got to be patient.
Yeah. So, yeah, Yuri Yuri. If you haven't checked it out, anybody who's listening to this, if you haven't checked it out, you've been on the fence about it, go ahead and check it out. It's a fun series. Hope if you don't mind Yuri stuff, I know there's a lot of people who really hate Yuri. Mainly, I think, religious
Oh, fair
people.
enough. Fair enough.
Because I did have one guy that was a subscriber for us who was, what was I watching?
Citrus?
Psychopaths.
Oh, second.
And there was a school they visited where there was a lot of Yuri stuff. And he was going on about how he didn't like that episode because of all the Yuri. And I was like, I don't mind too much. And he's like, but you have a picture of Jesus on your wall. And I was like, I don't care. I don't mind the Yuri. And then he just never came back. So, whatever.
It's all good. It's all good, guy. If you're still out there.
So, yeah, if you're still out there. But, yeah, if you don't mind Yuri, go and check it out. It's still funny. Kyoko's the best. Akari's the best, too. But, yeah, that's all I got. All right. Check out Yuri Yuri.
All right. All right, so does that about wrap it up for the anime then?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have a whole lot on video games because the major announcements basically came out of Persona. So, did you have anything that you needed to cover video game wise?
Video game? Not really.
Okay. Well, then let's talk Persona for a minute. I'm going to start off with the news that angers me first. They announced Persona 5 The Royal, and for sure that's coming out on PlayStation 4. There's a couple of new things, like Morgana gets a human form. They're introducing a new social link that is a school counselor that joins the school after the events of the first palace, which, considering this is like a retelling remake of the game, kind of like Persona 4 Golden, that was probably the best opportunity to introduce him. And he's pretty much like, he's a counselor, so he's there to kind of help the students cope with what happened after Kamoshida and everything. But then they're also introducing the new character Kasumi, who is actually voiced by Aqua from Konosuba. So I think Amamiya Sora.
Nice. And
so it's all like, Aqua is now in Persona. Excellent. But she's a gymnast. And apparently the thing is that she doesn't really approve of the Phantom Thieves and all of that. And it's like, Phantom Thieves, they shouldn't do that. And then, of course, turns out she's a Phantom Thief herself. But the key point being is that she's a gymnast. And her Phantom Thieves outfit basically puts her in like a trench coat and a leotard. And so apparently that triggered some people. And so I know it started with basically one dude on Twitter, and they were like, well, I don't like the way that looks because that's so impractical. I'm going to go and put leggings. And so he just photoshopped, or he or she, the artist, photoshopped leggings onto Kasumi's Phantom Thieves outfit. And then that just kind of blew up everybody. And so basically, in the end, my whole thought about all of this is, you guys, it's fucking anime, man. What do you expect? You guys have been doing this for years now. Especially if you're Persona fans, man. This ain't been the worst thing that Persona fans have seen. If you want to talk about P5, y'all are putting tights on Kasumi, but y'all never had a problem with On's Panther outfit? Come the fuck on. Operation Babe Hunt? All 3 games? Well, what... Kanji's Kanji's Palace, Kanji's Palace in P4. It's like, come on, guys. This ain't the worst that we've seen. So, you know, I really don't want to hear it from a bunch of weebs trying to act like they're not a bunch of weebs. That's the most redundant thing that I've ever heard and seen. And it's like, you know, you guys only just... when we do things like this, we only end up hurting ourselves. Because what happens is that Japanese developers and Japanese anime makers, Japanese manga creators, they see us just bitching and whining, and then they're going to be like, you know what, it's not even worth it. They're just not going to do it. That's what happened with, like, Dead or Alive Extreme. They were like, everyone is getting too SJW, too butthurt, super easy. We're just not going to bring it over officially. So instead what you got to do is you got to go to, oh god, what the hell was their name? Play Asia. And buy an Asian region release of the game to play it in English. And that's the only way we're going to release it. And it's all like, you know, if that's what you guys are going to do, that's what's going to happen. But again, that's something that there was no issue over. It's literally weeb stuff. You know, you guys go to these conventions, like we said, Fanime, for instance, and Anime Expo, and not New York Comic Con, but, you know, all these cons on the East Coast, KatsuCon, Anime Boston, MomoCon, all over the country are going to these cons to be weebs. But then when something weeb happens, now it gets offensive. It's like, guys, come on. Come on, guys. And it's all like, you know, if you want to be all like, this is my take on it, I can respect that too. But then you guys don't try to cram it down people's throats. Don't be all like, this is the way it should be. But at the same time, too, don't be disrespectful to the original creators and artists. You know? This isn't your game. This is their game. If you don't want to buy it because you don't like it, that's absolutely fine. Speak with your wallet. You know, if your design is probably better than their design and it reflects in the sales, then maybe you'll send a message and they'll learn. But don't cram it down them. Don't be tagging Atlas like, look what I did. No one gives a shit. And quite honestly, when you go up against your version of what weeb is versus the real true vision of what weeb is, you're going to lose. You know, if you're talking about disrespecting Kasumi's thighs, you're gonna lose. You just didn't learn from Keijo, you know? When it comes to being a weeb will always win. And, you know, this is, it's not about being haram, you know? This isn't fucking 1890s where anything above ankles is considered lewd, you know? Don't show them ankles! So I'm sorry guys, no. And, you know, when I shared the post, because people kept tagging me in it on my Facebook, and eventually I just shared the post talking about it in wide open in public, because I said that when Senran Kagura came out in 2013, people were getting butthurt, like, oh, look at them anime titties, ah! And I was like, what? It's anime. It's literally anime, you know? Big boobs, fucking, did you not Naga the Serpent? Come on! That was in the 90s! For fuck's sake, guys! Acting like this is brand new or something. You know? You'd be better off arguing that this is same old shit versus why is it gotta be anime titties? You would win an argument more so on the fact that they can't be more original than big old titties. But even then, you're not going to win that argument either, because they keep making them because people like them.
Yeah.
So, if you don't like them, you're in the minority. And I'm going to go even further to wage war on all you flat is justice motherfuckers by saying you're wrong. But anywho, that's another argument. That's actually an argument no one wins, because there's actually quite a lot of support for DFC. But anywho, that's also another thing too. It's all like DFC, big boobs. Everyone is a fan until someone comes around and is like, well, they should both be covered up. Then you're wrong. Then you're just wrong. And that's what I have an issue with, is that everyone is a weeb until weeb stuff happens, and then all of a sudden it becomes a problem. And it's like, guys, no. I'm sorry, that's just not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You know, anime tropes exist for a reason, and there's nothing wrong with them. You know, some of the best series, why do you think Isekai is so popular? Because it's a formula that works. You know, there's slight alterations so that what you're watching is Konosuba, not Sword Art. And you're not watching Sword Art, you're watching Overlord. You're not watching Overlord, you're watching ReZero. Because there's slight variations on the formula that make it entertaining again. And that's kind of what it is. So, you know, don't be over there and be all like, oh, well, I like Panther's outfit, but all of a sudden I don't like Kasumi's. Get bent. So, I'm sorry, you know, I don't accept that. I'm not I just don't, you know? And, like, I don't think I ever finished my Senran Kagura point. They got Boruto over Senran Kagura. They tried to censor it. Nothing happened. It kept selling. And as a matter of fact, over the life of the franchise, it's now sold over 1 million copies. A giant weeb-ass game about titties and fan service has sold over 1 million copies. And that's against all the constant negativity about it. All the constant shaming and just fucking online harassment. And like, it's just another Senran Kagura game. It's all about titties. Go read a review on it, a professional review. It's just basically shitting on the game. And when you go and read the fans, though, the fans love it. The fans fucking love it. They're all like, this is an anime game. I love anime, therefore I love this game. That's as simple as it is. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not rocket science here. It's not some epic, like, Bethesda or BioWare game, you know? It's not trying to be Game of the Year. It's just trying to be fun. And that's what the people that buy the games and enjoy them realize. It's just fun. And so don't bring your identity politics in here and expect to be heralded as some kind of a hero. You look like a dork. You look like you don't understand what's going on, you know? So it's like you're coming to the weed party and you're dressed up in like NFL gear, and then you're getting mad like, why are y'all acting like a bunch of anime nerds? It's like, what do you think? What do you think we're doing here? You know? And so that's where my issue is. And if you have suggestions to improve things, then yes, always, we can always do better. We can always be better. Always open to new ideas. But to turn around and like shame the creators, shame the artists, shame these people, and it's like, why? It's not your vision. It's their vision. If you want to help them improve it, sure, go for it. But don't try to be all like, you're wrong, your whole system's wrong, you're wrong for being a weeb and thinking like a weeb. No, that's just wrong. And you know what I'm saying. You know intent is the whole thing that separates things from being a suggestion from you trying to change the formula. So, I know people are going to be over there and just be like, what? No. You know what it is. One is intentional, one is helpful. That's the difference. Aside from that, so, hashtag free Kasumi's thighs. After that, though, they announced Persona Muso, and that's going to be fucking amazing. I love Muso games. I love beat-em-ups, obviously, for my Devil May Cry rant. But Persona Muso, I didn't see it coming. You'll never see it coming. Ha ha ha! That's from the song. And so I never thought that this was going to happen, but I'm so happy. I love Koei Tecmo. You know, once again, what did we just talk about? If the formula ain't broke, don't fix it. There's nothing to be fixed. The Muso formula sells. You know, One Piece Muso is fun. Fist of the North Star Muso is fun. Muso games are fun. Warriors Orochi is fun. Sengoku Basara is fun. So, Zelda Muso was fun. Fire Emblem Muso was fun. So, hey, more power to them. And on top of that, I think that Koei Tecmo makes some of the best music in the industry. I say that, I declare that all the time. You know, people that, like, they go to those, like, Kingdom Hearts concerts or the Orchestra of the Goddesses for Zelda, and I'm like, that just ain't me, man. That kind of music puts me to sleep. It's too mellow and all of that. I mean, even when I play FGO, I typically will lower the volume and, like, watch TV or have Twitch on the background because it doesn't do anything for me. But the rock and roll Koei Tecmo soundtracks, they always are like, yeah, all right, now I'm going to go punch 1,000 people in the face. It energizes you, you know? It gets you motivated to do it. So, I'm looking forward to a bunch of rock and roll remixes of Persona 5 music. So, I think that'll be pretty cool. And I know that from the last time we recorded this to now, Joker also came out in Smash. I haven't used them yet. But I've seen a couple of videos and all that. I've also seen some of the stages y'all been making on there, and y'all need Jesus. You should call that one guy that got offended by Yuri, you know? Like, god damn. I mean, for every, like, stage, like, someone made Aqua. You know, the Hore from, the first episode or second episode of the first season. And then someone also made Lukoa from Dragon Maid. It's like, for every one of those stages, the rest of y'all want to make, like, dongs. Or, like, just straight up, like, bounce, wow. It's like, okay. You know, it's like...
That's why we can't have nice things.
It's really not, you know? And then y'all get wondering why Nintendo takes your stages down. It's kind of like... You know, y'all want to do a stage. It's called Skeet, 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 and it's like, God damn it. Oh, man. You see, that's the difference between someone who plays a game to have fun and someone who wants to put tights on Kasumi's thighs. You know, some people are here for fun. Some people are here that just don't get it. You know, so yeah. And if it's some of you newer kids discovering video games and all of that, discovering Persona, you know, I hope this helps, and I hope that this enhances your future video game experience. But, you know, don't play these games because someone else is telling you how to play them and injecting identity politics into it, you know? Have fun on your own. Discover what makes them fun. And don't let anyone tell you how a character should look or should act or should be, you know? And don't deny yourself having fun with weeb-ass video games, because they are fun. And there's a reason why they keep coming out. But, you know, when people try to inject their Western morals on you know, Asian and Eastern things, it's just kind of like, it's going to be a bad time. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you're furiously typing in the comments section by this, that's fine. I'm up to hearing what you guys think and what other people say. I'm never going to reject that and all that, because if you hear me rant and rave, I'll listen to you rant and rave in exchange. That's only what's fair. But when it comes to trying to censor weeb stuff, you're never going to get my seal of approval. I'm never going to go with that. I'm sorry. It's just not the way it is. So, yeah. That's all I got about Persona. Persona Muso, yay. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I like Muso games. I don't play them too often, but I like them. They're fun.
They are fun.
Just go in there and beat a bunch of people up.
That's it, man. Give them a little square, give them a little circle, and yeah, next stage.
Yeah.
So.
I guess I'll just do my Bang Dream stuff then.
All right, Bang Dream. Go.
Okay. So, I guess I got two events to talk about. The previous event, which ended Saturday. No, Friday.
Okay.
I think it ended Friday. And the new one that just started yesterday. So I remember telling you last time that the new event was going to be called Unwavering Will Blazing Bushido. Follows pastel palettes.
That's so Japanese, what we were just talking about.
Follows pastel palettes, mainly the character Eve. She's their, I'm going to call her keytarist.
Okay.
Because she has a keytar, not an actual keyboard. She loves Bushido. She lives her life by Bushido. Which is why she came to Japan, because she loves it so much.
Talk about weeb.
Yeah, she's definitely a weeb. And it basically follows the group because they're going to a release event, because I think one of their songs is getting released, and they're just going to this like mall or something. I can't remember exactly where, to do a show and promote it and talk about it, talk to the fans, stuff like that. And as they're doing their show, a bunch of the fans start arguing. Some of them believe that you should just kind of sit there and do nothing and just listen to the band. And a bunch of the fans think that you should cheer and, you know, do all that, you know, have fun when you're there. But it caused a huge scene. They ended up having to cancel the event because they couldn't stop these fans from arguing over it. Eve was feeling really upset about it because there was nothing she could do. She couldn't actually get them to stop fighting. In fact, they were looking at the online comments because they're still arguing online about it.
Wow.
And she even made a comment telling them to stop fighting. And everybody's like, what are you doing? You can't do that. You can't. Then it started making it even worse because everybody was like, look, you're bothering the band now too. And he's like, no, that's not what I wanted. And they even got in trouble with their production company.
Jeez.
Well, Eve was a little more in trouble because she actually made a comment on the forum trying to stop them. Basically, by the end of it, they do end up getting it kind of worked out. Basically telling me, like, look, we like both styles. If you want to just sit there and enjoy our music, that's fine. If you want to cheer and enjoy it like you would at a normal concert, that's fine too. We enjoy both. We don't want either of you thinking that you can't do whatever you want. But you can't be fighting over it. That's just stupid. That's basically how I took it, even though they didn't say that exactly. Who will win? I'm assuming them.
Remember what I called you when I said that when we were talking about quintessential quintuplets?
Yeah.
And then you were like, we're uncensored on this channel. I was like, oh, what do you want me to say? They're pants on head dumb. So, but they're adorable. They're adorable. But yeah, quintessential quintuplets. I would share this in the group with you guys, but I can't. But I'm also listening to Roman talk as I clear up my memes.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good event. It was a challenge live event, which is basically just to get on the multi live with the other players, and you just play and you get points and you get other prizes and stuff like that. Nothing too new for the event. You didn't have to use them, but you got a bonus on the points if you got a cool type attribute characters. And an even bigger bonus if you use the Pasto palette members. I did not have any Pasto palette cool type members, so I didn't use any of them. I just used the cool type, which actually is my highest rated type now. Nice. It used to be my lowest. I was super upset about that because they constantly do cool type attribute events, and I'm like, I don't want that. That's my weakest one. But then I got a couple good characters, and I was like, oh, sweet. Now it's like my highest, except for my main band, which is a mix of everything. It just takes the highest rated cards and puts them together. Let me see. If you were playing the event, you got a 3-star Aya, who's the lead singer, and a 2-star Chisato. She's their bassist. If you played the gacha, which I did twice and didn't get anything, you could have gotten a 4-star Eve, 4-star Maya, or a 3-star Hina.
Okay.
Again, I didn't get any of them. The only ones I got were from the actual event. I would have liked to have gotten an Eve. I don't think I really have a high-rated Eve. Or a Maya. But it was a good event. I didn't really play it too often because I was too busy playing FGO that time. Because I'm trying to get through all of the singularities before the event ends so that I can get a BB.
Oh, man. We'll talk about that.
Let me see. But that ended, and we've started the next one. Like I said, they have an event every week. They give you a couple days off, and then they start the next one. This one is called a Fair and Fluffy Competition.
Fair and Fluff?
Fair and Fluff. And it follows Hello Happy World. I have not read the whole event yet. I've only read the first part of it, so I can only tell you how it starts.
Okay.
The DJ in the group, because they don't have a keyboardist, they have a DJ,
okay, is
Misaki. She wears a mascot costume, that pink bear that you see, that I have a Nesso of, 2 Nessos of. She wears that mascot costume. And her and Cannon, their drummer, run into the guy that actually, I guess, made Michelle. That's the name of the mascot. And was actually talking about how he's a big fan of it because he goes to all their shows and watches their performances, and he's like a big Michelle fan. Just in general, not necessarily the band. Just Michelle.
Those guys happen.
And he wanted to see if she would join this mascot competition. Because he wanted her to become higher up in the mascot hierarchy, I guess. But she had to talk to the band first to get permission because it was happening on a day they had practice. They were fine with it. They just said, go ahead, do it. We'll go watch. We'll change the day on practice. We don't care. Especially Kokoro. She doesn't mind. She's very easygoing. She's the one I told you jumped out of the 3rd-story window and did cartwheels afterwards. She's also one of the people that doesn't know that Misaki is actually in the costume from Michelle and thinks Michelle is an actual bear that DJs.
Incredible. Absolutely amazing.
Along with Kaoru and Higumi. All 3 of them believe that Michelle is an actual bear that DJs. Cannon is the only one who knows that it's a costume and tries to help Misaki explain it to them, but they never get it. Never get it. So, yeah, she's going to enter this competition. The only other thing I know about it is that Higumi's going to join. Because they show her in a costume. And then when Kokoro and Kaoru see her, they don't know that it's her. Even though she has no mask on. The image I saw said something like, you have the facial features of Higumi, but you're not Higumi. Because your body is completely different. It's like, you're just... You need help. This is a multi-live event with goals. They have a bunch of different goals for you to accomplish, and the more you accomplish them, the more prizes you get. Yes. Extra prizes, because you still get the prizes for the points, but they give you extra stuff for completing, like, the first 5 goals, you get, like, something small, and it just increases as you go through.
Yes.
And they have 2 difficulties for the goals. Just your standard ones, and then they have the EX, which are, like, you have to beat level 27 rated songs on expert with, like, getting a full combo, like, without messing up. And it's like, I can't do that.
Or can you just gotcha?
They have a gotcha, but you don't get any of the event cards from the goals. You still get those from the gotcha and points you get from the event. For the event, you get either a 2-star Kokoro or a 3-star Cannon. Again, Cannon is the drummer, and Kokoro is the lead singer. And from the gotcha, you can get a 4-star Higumi or a 4-star Misaki. And I think it's a 2-star Kaoru. Yeah, they didn't throw in a 3-star for her. I don't understand why. They made it a 2-star. Whatever. You get bonuses in this for having powerful type characters. And also an extra bonus if you use the Hello Happy World members. Who happen to be powerful type. But I don't think there's too many of. Maybe 1 or 2. But who knows? There might be more. I only have 1. So I don't get a whole lot from the gotchas. Like, every once in a while I'll get a 3-star, and it'll usually be a duplicate. In the Facebook group, that's one of the things that you constantly see complaints about. Is that they'll do a 10... Like one of those 10 draws, and they'll get like 2 3-stars, but they'll be duplicates.
Ouch.
Even for me, I'll get a 4-star and it'll be a duplicate. Like, I already have this. And it's not like you could build up the card or anything by like merging it with the other one like an FGO.
Yeah.
In this, all you could do is turn it in for points for something like a prize or something. Which I usually use on golden tickets, because if you get 10 of those, you can use it for the 3-star 10-play ticket grab. And I did that once, and everything I got was a duplicate.
Nice.
So...
Sounds like FGO.
Yeah, it's pretty bad as far as the gacha goes. I'll let you all know more about the event once I read the whole thing. I gotta do more and get more points so that I can unlock each chapter. I think I need 3 more to go. So once I do that, I'll let you know what's happening.
Okay.
And talk about the next event, because that'll be going on by the time we do the next podcast.
Nice.
But that's all I got. That's all I got.
All right. Well then. I guess if we have nothing else to discuss in the realm of anime and video, that wraps it up for the normal segment before we end it with Fate like we typically do.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're the Fate guys, stick around. If you're the non-Fate guys, we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
We're going to be discussing Fanime. Hopefully Roman gets his booth. So my homework that I have assigned to me. And yeah, maybe E3 will be there or not.
Maybe.
Maybe yeah. But otherwise too, there will be no podcast after the next one because it'll be Fanime time. So we will see you guys in June if you don't make it to the next podcast.
Right.
So next podcast, yeah, that'll be the Fanime extravaganza, blah, blah, blah. And then that'll be it. We're on vacation for about a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, the rest of you guys, Fate guys, we'll go ahead and get into it. The rest of y'all, peace.
See you.
All right. Okay, so Fate. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep this in order. I'm going to knock out the USA segment, FGO USA, real quick, because we're in the middle of CCC. Finally, it came after months of me ranting and raving about it. Everything has been opened up, so last week, like, everything was coming out every other day. But now you can finish the quest. You can go get your BB. Make sure when you do get your BB, put her immediately in your party, because you do need to bond level 3 her for one of the missions. I believe you need to ascend her twice, maybe 3 times as well. So hopefully you saved some EXP cards out of the shop for her, which is rough because I'm waiting for Kiara's banner to turn on so I can roll my Kiara-sama. She is, speaking of religion, the most religious of nuns. So, yes, she is going to take my money. She's just going to suck it all away. I thought I was going to be able to do some self-control, but I didn't. So I ended up getting 4 Raphtalias, 2 Melts, and 1 Passion. I have no willpower.
I didn't get any passion.
But you got Melt, though.
I did get her, and I got the 2 Raphtalias.
You got 2 Raphtalias, okay. Yeah, Raftalia is pretty fun. I like, too, how that's now... She came out at such a weird time, because now she's going to be referred to as Raftalia. So, Suzuka goes in, but, whatever. She's Raftalia now.
Yeah.
From now, forevermore. And really, I just wanted to get Melt Lilith, because of the Quick meta that'll be coming out next year. Quick is just going to dominate everything, so it's kind of like just prep. So I'm just going to be ready for that. It's also just because I know that I'm not going to be doing anything for a while after this, because during Fanime it'll probably be a Rashomon rerun with Ibaraki, and then we're going to go into Onigashima with Mama Raiko after that. So, it's going to be kind of a lull. I think it's just going to be reruns until June, because probably around June. It's going to be reruns, and then we'll get the next story chapter, which will be Agartha. And then we're going to get the 2nd year anniversary at Anime Expo. And that'll be like Sherlock and all that. So, it's going to be a minute where you can kind of save your money. Unless you need Shuten, which I love Shuten, so I'm going to say get Shuten. Or Mama Raiko, and I'm going to say get Mama Raiko, because it's Aoi Yuki and Tomatsu Haruka. So if you don't love them, if you don't love 02 from Darling in the Franxx, something's wrong with you. Go get... Wow. Go get Haruka Tomatsu. She's a treasure. So that's what's going on in CCC. Like I said, if you are in the middle of doing your missions, I wish you luck. And if you're any of those guys that are trying to play both versions like me... So on Saturday morning, we all woke up and discovered that the Lord El Malloy anime collab event is going on. And they dumped 3 servants on us. So, first off, I'm going to start with Rines while I'm over here showing... Well, I'm going to wait. I want Roman to begin suspense for this. So, if you saw the El Malloy episode 0 that came out on New Year's, she was the blonde girl that becomes or takes Waver into the family because she's in a spot of losing her position in the El Malloy family. Turns out that after Fate Zero and Kaneth just fucked that all up and got wrecked by Kiritsugu, the El Malloy family kind of fell into disarray. And so she's about to lose her status. So she basically takes Waver on and is like, I need your help, because without your help, who knows what's going to happen to me. I might get just, offed or whatever. And in episode 0, she calls him Oni-chan and everything like that. So she basically puts herself under Waver's care. And if you know Waver from like Fate Zero and all that, he's kind of a dork. But we see in Lord El Malloy how he basically becomes kind of Billy Badass. So I haven't read up on any of the translations on what's going on in the story, but this event is a standalone story. And so Rines comes across the player and kind of is all like, protect me. And it takes place in London because this is Clock Tower, Big Ben. So this is back in London, and so you'll see a lot of London's characters. I've run into Jack, I've run into Kentucky again. So I'm expecting more London characters to come out, probably, Jekyll and Hyde and all that. But I also didn't know that Rines is voiced by Inori Minase, Rem from ReZero, Hestia. I didn't know that. So it's pretty interesting. And from what I am gathering, at least by the fact that she's identified as Sima Yi, and so Waver is Zhuge Liang, and Rinez is Sima Yi. Sima Yi was the advisor to Cao Cao in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, the Three Kingdom era of ancient China. Sima Yi was one of the guys that was kind of he always had Cao Cao's ear. Like, he was the guy that came up with most of the campaigns. Whenever Cao Cao needed advice, Sima Yi was the head advisor. And again, we were just talking about Musou games. Sima Yi was always kind of the one that was Mr. Burns, like, hey, 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 you know? He was kind of an evil asshole. When I don't really, you know, some people will probably make the argument that he's not evil per se, but he was, you know, just keeping the guy who hired him in command. But when Cao Cao and Cao Cao's family all died, he also was the one who kind of usurped the kingdom of Wei from Cao Cao's, you know, family, basically. And then, according at least into the Musou lore, he is also the one who eventually won the whole Three Kingdoms era. So his family, at least. So it's interesting that they went with Sima Yi, but it's also interesting, too, because Sima Yi was a rival to Zhuge Liang. Like, Zhuge Liang pretty much always whooped Sima Yi when they had conflicts. Like, Zhao Yu and Zhuge Liang whooped Sima Yi in the Battle of Shibi, the Battle of Red Cliffs, which was the great grand victory that the kingdoms of Wu and Shu had over Wei. And so, if Waver is Zhuge Liang and Rinez is Sima Yi, that's probably kind of a reference to the rivalry, or maybe that's going on. So, it's interesting shit going on in this El Malloy event. And honestly, this really is just making me more hyped for the summer season. Like I said earlier, I'm already done with this. What is the spring season, right? Yep. Spring? I'm already done with spring, man. I mean, I'm still going to watch all these shows that Roman is recommending to me, and I'm sure they're fine. But I'm so done. I'm already ready for summer. I'm all like, let's just get over this one. But I started with Rinez because what was also interesting was we knew it was coming, but they introduced Luvia. And Luvia is Rin's rival. And so we've had Rin in the game as Ishtar. But now apparently Luvia is in a competing spirit, or at least a spirit that competes with Ishtar took over Luvia's body, and now Luvia's like the goddess of balance, I think. So someone made this, and I just shared that on my Facebook.
Punching each other.
So they're punching. So I've been watching Elia. I'm now officially on season 2 of Elia, and I love Luvia. Like, Luvia just came out of nowhere and became like one of my favorite characters, and it was great timing because now Luvia is officially an FGO. Now, in an interview that Kita-shan talked about back in October, they did an interview with Luvia's voice actress, and she said she had recorded lines for Luvia like back in 2016. Now, and she just doesn't know what's going on. But if you think about it, when it comes to like these mobile games, even like Roman's Bang Dream and all that, these things are pre-planned. Like, they honestly look at the calendar and they're like, okay, we need to space things out. Because obviously you need to write the story, the storyboard, make the scenarios, make the enemies, find out who's going to be paid gacha. Are we going to have a free character? Are we doing a collab? They really need to plan these things out. So the fact that in 2016 they were planning out an event that came out in 2019 is kind of impressive. It also is it sucks because we could have had Luvia 3 years ago or 2 years ago, whatever. But it tells you how much thought, at least in terms of FGO, and like I said, maybe even Roman's game, Bang Dream, that they're putting all this foresight into. I mean, with FGO, definitely, because it makes money. It prints money. So they definitely got to keep writing scenarios and stories and events to keep people wasting gacha. But it's just cool to just see Luvia coming in. And like I said, I've been watching Fake Prisma Elia, and Luvia is absolutely amazing. Rin keeps calling Rin the gorilla. And they're always making jokes about how rich Luvia is. And so, when you hear that, I just, I get excited. And it's funny because I think a majority of people don't like the Ojo-samas, but I love Ojo-samas. I love rich bitch. I love hashtag rich bitch. My rich bitches. That's my harem, you know. Karen from Street Fighter, Luvia, you know, the Ojo-samas. I call them Oh-ho-ho-ho-Jo-samas. Oh, they fill my heart with joy. So, you know, and she's always just sticking it to Rin, and it's such a great dynamic. I love Luvia so much. I almost regret not watching Unlimited Blade Works, so now after I'm done with Fate Ilia, I'm going to have to go watch Unlimited Blade Works to get more Luvia in my life. So yeah, I'm glad. I welcome her into the game. I'm not going to roll in JP because I'm not going to waste my money. I want her in my American account, in my USA account. So I'm going to wait. But like Roman just saw, this is fantastic. And it's in Fate Ilia too, they're always beating each other up, so it's fantastic. At the end of the first season, they were fighting, and they caused Luvia's personal helicopter to crash. So it's this, yeah. God, it's great. So I'm glad. And on top of that, I have Ishtar in my USA account. So now naturally, Luvia has to show up to bully Rin, you know? It's the natural course of things, of how things play out. So this is gonna go down. But finally, the best for the last, Gray. Gray from El Malloy is our free servant. And so I immediately started playing the event when I woke up on Saturday morning. But I had to stop because I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to finish CCC. I'm going to just do the 100 missions. I'm going to get my BB, knock that all out. And then I'm going to come back and focus on this event. It also kind of gives the JP players a little bit of time to compose the FAQs and the wikis and the walkthroughs because that optimizes my playtime. You know, when I know what I'm doing, what to do this. And this event, this El Malloy collab, is also another mission-based one. So it's 100 missions. After we're doing 100 missions with BB, and it's like, oh my god.
100 missions?
Yeah. You have to do 100 specific actions to complete the event. I mean, really, you don't even need to do them, like about 40 of them. 60 of them are kind of mandatory. The other 40 are just kind of fluff. But you get a crystallized lore and some other items, materials, and stuff like that. So you're better off just doing it. You know, you get a bunch of stuff for doing it. So just do the event. Just finish it.
So you don't get BB until you're done with all of them?
You don't get BB until you're done with the story. But some of the things that you need, especially with like one of the boss fights, you need to do these missions to make the boss fight more accessible. There will be people that tell you don't need them. I'm going to cheese the fight because I don't care. And I mean, I'm going to get 100% anyways, so I might as well just cheese the fight and move over to JP to get my free copy of Gray.
Right.
But yeah, you don't need to. You can get to a certain point and get all 5 copies of BB, all the items, because the items that you need to ascend BB also come through the missions. So you just need to focus on those missions. And you only need to do the rest of the missions if you just want 100% the event, which, you know, you might as well. But yeah, it's this Lord El Malloy event is another missions event. Yeah, and the only thing that's really time consuming about these things is that when they make you kill X amount of enemies, and that's really where you're just going to be like, oh. So it's all about finding the optimized farming spots.
Okay.
And that's why I said I like the FAQ, because it could tell me exactly where to go. And since I'm not too super fluent in Japanese, it also, because I can't, you know, I don't know what the missions are asking of me, so, you know, I just go to where they tell me, and I farm, and I farm, and I farm. But yeah, before we recorded this podcast as well, the meme charts rated Sima Yi, Rines, as a C character, C rank. And it sounds like she's a 5-star, I guess, debuff. But they gave her a C. That's, ouch. Ouch. Luvia and Gray are both 4 stars. Gray, you know, being a welfare freebie, she's always going to be a 4-star. But what was also fun, too, was that she used Rongo Miniad, Milf Toria, Lancer Artoria's weapon, Milf Toria. So, I heard when the anime came out, everyone was calling Gray a Saberface. So I was kind of like, But now she comes out and uses Rongo Miniad, so I'm like, something's up. Something's going on here. And again, they said that they were bringing the light novels over to America, like Amazon USA.
I never saw it. And this was over a year ago. And I really want to read the light novels for Lord Elmaloy, but I don't know what happened. It's like, God damn it, I want to know more about Grey. And you know, and obviously that's a ship, is Waver and Grey, but, you know, yeah. Everything is just right about this event. Except for Luvia's card art. Apparently people are really super butthurt. But the relevance of that is Luvia's card art is the same artist from the Lord Elmaloy novels. The guy that does all those artworks, he drew Luvia. So in the context of the event, it makes sense. You know, it was him doing his light novel, his art, so bring him to do the character for the collab event. It makes sense. Also, he also did Mothman from the China Lost Belt chapter. So Mothman and Luvia are the same artist. So, you know, he's done characters already. I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to ignore Luvia's card art just because of the sheer fact I'm happy she's in the game. You know, I'm never going to say no to an Ojo-sama. So, you know, I know some people are a little disappointed and all that, and I can understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, like I said, I think my excitement is outweighs the disappointment in the card art. So, you know, I mean, we have Rinez voiced by Inori Minase, and in the anime, we have Luvia finally coming in FGO, and we get Grey for free. I'm happy. I think this event is going to be dope. I just want to rush through it and get my Grey, but when it comes to America, when we get it eventually, I'm looking forward to doing it and enjoying it. I think that this is going to be a good one. Who knows? Maybe they'll throw us for a curveball and we'll actually get this event in FGO USA next month. I would be shocked. I would be utterly shocked because we're getting the anime on Crunchyroll. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did it. And if it has characters that already have come out in the London chapter, like no one that's going to come out in a chapter that's not been released or anything. But who knows? I could just be dreaming. So,
see.
Yeah, it would be interesting if they did that. And like I said, I guess I already kind of ranted about it too, but the El Malloy anime coming out in the summer season, that's going to be a must-watch. I actually did get one of the card arts of the two male dudes from the first episode, the kids that basically chased down the dude in the car from the anime.
Oh.
They're one of the craft essences, so I got their card. That's pretty good.
Okay.
So they are doing a lot of like references and throwbacks to the light novel and the anime. So, you know, it's a giant promotion to get you hyped for the anime. So I think it's working. So I'm hype.
I mean, all I had to do was hear it was about Waver, and I was like, I'm on board.
Yeah, totally. Just it should be interesting because it's not going to be most of the stuff about servants and shit like that. That's not the focus.
Right.
The focus is on the mages themselves.
Yeah.
And the controversy and all that. I suspect that there's going to be something like people are going to be coming after Rinez to kind of get rid of her.
Right.
Because she stands in the way of people coming into power or taking over whatever fortune is left.
Right.
Taking over the name and all that of the family. So it should be interesting. I unfortunately don't know who voiced Grey. I should have looked that up. And I'm ashamed of myself for not knowing who Grey's voice actress is. But, you know, Grey was such a fun character, though. So I'm looking forward to it. And I ship it. I ship that so hard. Waver Grey. Fuck. That put Drake on that ship and sail it into the horizon, man. Damn. All right. Next podcast, I'll give you guys an update on where I'm at. But what's funny is by the next podcast, I think the CCC event will still be going too.
Reina Ueda does Grey.
Ueda. You know, I know who that is.
You can't think.
I don't know who they are off the top of my head because I'm being put on the spot. But Daisuke Ono, that's Jotaro.
Oh, is it?
That's the little cube guy. It was funny. If you actually look at Grey's character art, she actually is holding him. She actually has him in her hand like that. So that's pretty funny. That's Jotaro.
Says she was Akane Shinjo from Gridman.
There you go.
She was also Suzu Fuda from Comic Girls.
Okay. She was the blonde one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So there you go.
Akane. Okay. God, basically, in Gridman. She made that whole world.
Oh, yeah?
It's good times, yeah.
So it was a Haruhi situation?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
All right. Well, look at her. Look at damn. She went from Gridman to fucking Fate already. Okay. It's like when you get into the Fate franchise in any form, you're pretty much like being in the MCU, man. You're already like royalty.
Yep.
So when you do a voice, because to my knowledge, I've never seen Inori Minase do like Rem. I've never seen Rem or Hestia do anybody in Fate either.
No.
So I believe this is her debut. So we got 2 debuts. That's pretty interesting. And I guess the last thing I have to talk about is what I already touched on is Elia. I made it into the 2nd season of Elia. I got introduced to Kudo. I can see now why Kudo is so fun. I like Kudo was always the kind of my favorite. That's why she's the only Nesto berry that I have. Yeah, I look forward to continuing this. I want to keep doing 2-3 episodes a day to get caught up. Ideally, I would like to be caught up by Fanime. I would love to be done with Elia by Fanime.
How many seasons are there?
3.5. Yeah, there's like almost like 60 episodes, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think like the 3rd season was like 48 episodes. Yeah. Yeah, this ain't no joke, man. And like I said, we got an OVA coming out later this year too, on top of like, 3 movies?
I guess.
Yeah, they ain't playing around. Luvia, by the way, is in the OVA too. See, it's even more reason for me to get up there, man. God damn it. Fate was a mistake. Fate was a goddamn mistake, man. But I guess that's it. That's all I really got. I mean, Elia's great. I think. Well, let me also throw another thing too. People that only talk about like the fan service that's in Elia, don't let that distract you. You know, it's actually a pretty good series. Like some of the fight scenes, like the one they did with Alter Saber, was actually pretty good. The one with like Hercules was also pretty good. There are actually good moments. That's not just like Yuri fan service, you know. So don't let people try to tell you that that's all this is just dumb fan service, you know. Again, I guess this almost goes to my Persona rant from earlier, you know. People will always try to find like the worst things in anything and just focus on that to make you feel bad or I don't know, distract or take away your fun. Don't let them do that, man. I'm having a lot of fun with Fate Elia, so you know, I look forward to learning more. And like I said, I just got to Kudo, so I want to see more of Kudo and Chloe and all of that. So
you say it's worth a watch?
Oh, absolutely. My seal of approval, absolutely. God damn, it's going to be so much Fate this year. Oh, kill me now.
Do you need to watch any of the other ones to know what's like?
For Fate Ilia, it helps, but it's not necessary.
Okay.
So, because it's like if you watch like any of the other Fates where like Hercules is Ilia's servant, but now all of a sudden she's fighting him, you know, it'd be kind of like, So, you know, you might get a lot more of the references.
Right.
Which is always nice. So you kind of like Captain America. I understood that reference. But it is its own standalone everything. Its own standalone universe. Its own characters. Its own cast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to keep going with that on top of all the other shows Roman told me to watch. And I'm going to leave it there. We're going to come back in 2 weeks and we're going to talk more El Malloy, more CCC, more Elia. And yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
So, all right. In closing, yeah, like I said, next episode will be Fanime, maybe E3. I'm gonna watch some of these shows Roman gave me homework for, and
see how it goes.
Yeah. And I'm giving Roman homework too, because if he gets his swap meet approved, he needs to let us know what exactly he's going to be selling. So maybe some of you guys listening to this might want some Nesso berries, or is it just Nessos or anything else?
No, I got Nessos, I got figures, I got I think I have a couple clocks. I have a couple of like plushies that aren't, well, Should I sell that? I might. I can't remember the name of the dog from Gintama, but I have a Gintama dog.
There you go.
I have to go through everything I have because I have a couple boxes in my closet other than what you saw on my wall.
Yeah.
Everything on my wall is stuff that I'm selling.
Okay.
And I have like 3 or 4 more boxes in my closet that I have to go through and see what I'm going to sell. But the majority of it, I think, is Nessos and figures.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. Be on the lookout for that. Some of Roman's wares could be yours for the right price.
Yes.
So I guess we'll touch on that in the next podcast for sure.
Yep. Hopefully they've brought up the swap meet registration and I can get in.
Hey, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, that's all I got. Unless you got anything else to wrap it up.
I do not.
Well, alrighty then. Well, then we'll let you guys go. It's Sunday on today on this date, so happy Sunday, happy week, happy Cinco de Mayo, because I don't think we'll see you guys then. So, go get the Tequila Gundam. I want to see a bunch of Neo Space Colony Mexicos from you guys on Cinco de Mayo. What else we got? Pedro from Excel Saga. He was a good one. Very no. And I don't know any other Mexican anime characters off the top of my head. Oh, watch Bleach. We should do like a Bleach extravaganza. Lots of Mexican and Spanish references.
Yeah. I remember there being a lot of stuff in that.
Yeah, because what's his name? Tite Kubo just really loved like Mexican culture and all of that. So,
Nice.
Yeah. So on Cinco de Mayo, go watch Bleach.
Yeah, go watch Bleach.
All right. So, I don't know. All right, let's wrap it up. Leave it on there.
All right. We will see you all in 2 weeks. That's going to be the week after Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Because I just looked that up.
Yes.
The week after Cinco de Mayo, we'll be back.
Yes.
We'll do our Fanime. We'll do possibly E3 if anything's announced.
Yes.
And everything else that we normally do. Again, if you have any suggestions on content you would like us to talk about, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
If there are any games that you like that you might want us to check out, or anime you think we should check out, let us know in the comments. We do read them, and we will bring them up in the next podcast.
If you hate Ojo-samas with a passion, like I know some of you do, let me know. We'll fight in the comments.
All right. So until next podcast, I'm Roman.
I am Sano.
And we'll see you then.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.